Got it.
I'll do if no one else wants to.
Go for it.
I mean, let's be honest. You guys are 19, so 300 XP ain't gonna be, nothing. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Well,
worthwhile.
Yeah. I just want to marshal my thoughts. So last session, the party decided to get the Dragonborn and the dragons help. So we went to the Dragon Continent, and some party members were more excited than others to be there, and those said party members might have just walked up to the first person they saw and asked to speak to their leader, and that resident might have led the party to the wrong one and wasted about an hour. But hey, we're not pointing any fingers. But eventually we did get to the right dragon, the pearlescent one, and they basically pledged to help. And then we talked to some other people, I think, mainly ones we had already convinced to join us, but we got them to head to certain gem cities. We got the elves as well to join us and head to a nearby gem city. The Souls was able to somewhat repair the damage they did to the Nemesi as well, and so I think the only two races we have left to get are the I forgot their names, but it's the undead vampires and
Dragir.
the dwarves with dragon blood.
And the Varkos.
And we're currently in the continent with the dwarves with dragon blood.
Correct. Well, you're actually on the continent with all the dwarves.
Oh, never mind. Okay, all the dwarves.
Yeah. Golterm is the continent, is the main continent where all the dwarves are located. They do spread out and whatnot, but this is like their own home continent. So a majority of what you're going to see is dwarves running around of various sizes, because they have the regular dwarves, and then the hill, and so on and so forth. And then you got the Varkos, who are max height the Varkos get is about 6 feet.
And Razik also had an immaculate conception.
Well, they grow up so fast.
Almost instantaneously, one could say.
12 hours. That's Galahad. Took a while.
If they sprung from your forehead like Athena.
No. Just my hands. Although it actually did come from the surf.
Okay. Pretty good. Alright. You get your standard 300 souls. And as I always ask, what are you guys doing?
All right, so we've landed. We've landed. Are we in Himgrim? Or outside Himgrim?
If you guys were going to talk to the Dwarven leaders, you'd have to go to Digron, which is their capital city, which is, I didn't put it as close to the mountains as I should, but it's actually flush with the mountains, because like half the city is built into the mountain itself. Okay, that's fine, guys. I've been there, done that, so I know the feeling. Although it may make your character a lot more interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Now who's the one on the painkillers?
I know, right?
Yeah, good times.
All right, so I guess if we're trying to go to the leader, that's where we need to get ourselves.
I think Razik should take point on this. No reason, just,
Well, if you recall, you guys have been to Digron a couple of times. You mainly went to Kazgarim, where one of the kings for the Dwarven nations is. Digron is where the High King for the entire Dwarven society as a whole is located. But you guys have been to Digron a few times. Well, the main party has been to...
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say. The main party has been to Digron a few times, so, you guys already have a good rapport with the king.
all right. Well, don't think Solus has been to Digron though, so he'll just follow people.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Sorry, did
No,
we
it's more like we're trying to get the dwarves with dragon blood, and you're a dwarf, and you also have dragon blood, so I just figured, they listen to you.
That's sort of a different thing altogether. I don't know that, quite the same. I haven't quite figured it out, but yeah, I'm no Varco.
Did we say that? I'm sorry. Have we been to Digron before?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys have been to Digron a couple of times. Like I said, you guys mainly went to Kazgarim, which is Razik's hometown, where you met one of the kings. You guys have met the High King before. He is a Varco, so he's about 5'8", and built like a standard dwarf. I mean, other than his size, he is a dwarf through and through. The size and his reptilian eyes. The only real difference between the Varco and the regular dwarves is the Varcos tend to put dragon designs into all their work. Their armor, their weapons, even their standard everyday clothing. There's a draconic symbol of some kind in it. And it's just to pay homage to their lineage. That's all it really is.
Solus likes to cut of these Varcos' jib.
Yeah, I mean, the doors are really good with structures. The Varcos add to that because they have, even in their architecture, there's a couple of dragon designs located within it. The capital city, which is Digron, which you guys are in, it's full of dwarves, full of a few humans here and there, some elves, but like 90% of the population is dwarf or dwarven of some kind.
Okay, and do the Varcos, do they traditionally, are they speaking Draconic or a Dwarven to each other?
Usually between each other, they'll vary. When they're in mixed groups, they tend to speak common, just out of respect for everybody. The Varcos are also big on assuring respect when you're in mixed company, so not speaking another language in a sense, because you never know. So they figure just keep it all even, everybody on the same playing field, and they're very big. Culture-wise, they are very big on making sure that, if they invite someone from another country over, that they speak common when in, mixed settings. If not, it does tend to put a bad mark in that particular person's record per se for the Varcos. So they're big on making sure that everybody's on the same page and everybody speaks common. But when they're alone by themselves, they tend to speak Draconic more than anything. And again, another nod to their ancestry.
Okay. I want to kind of search around, see if I can't find a town guard type.
Okay. Easy enough to find. Yeah, good old Southern Dwarf hospitality. Yep.
I wanna greet him. Just greet him in Draconic, and then switch over to Common for the rest.
Okay.
Hey there. I'd like to ask if you could tell us if the High King's seeing anybody right now.
Yeah, he sits and thinks for a second. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I'm mainly town guard. Your best bet is probably to head to the palace and talk to one of the royal guard there. They'll be able to give you a much more detailed idea of his comings and goings. I don't believe there are any meetings going on. There aren't any ambassadors here, aside from yourself, obviously, Lord Razik. There aren't any other ambassadors or anything here as of yet. There are rumors of a possible war, so naturally we and everybody else are itching.
Now this palace, is it like visible from where we are?
You guys can just make out like some of the tips. The interesting thing about the Varco Palace is the fact that the main part of it, like the main entranceway, looks like a giant dragon's mouth.
Subtle.
Yeah, they don't care. They're not subtle at all. They don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it looks like a dragon's mouth, and then you walk into the palace, and then you're walking into actually the mountainside itself. Um, you know, they have standard walls and whatnot that come out a little bit. Um, probably about 300 feet from the actual main part of the palace. But yeah, you could just see the eyes of the dragon design where you're standing. It's the most visible building all
All right.
throughout Digron. You know that much.
I'll say, thanks for your help, and I'll go and make my way over there.
Okay. You guys all head to the palace. Along the way, I mean, you see plenty of dwarves, as expected. They're all kind of nodding, chit-chatting, having a good time. Dwarves being dwarves, man. They're mixing, the few humans who are here, they're having a conversation with. You see some of the elves, they're talking. The dwarves and elves still have that iffy attitude towards each other, but they at least are respectable within, each other's kingdom. So, they'll brief hi to each other, but other than that, it's more like the dwarves are like, fuck off, you creepy elven bastards.
Goddamn knife ears.
Yep.
Whoa, hey.
Oh.
Whoa, okay.
Well, okay.
Let's calm down.
Sorry,
Okay.
Candace.
You have a half elf and an elf in your party.
All right.
You gotta look around before saying
It's the way I was raised. I'm trying to get better
Okay.
about it.
from a different
Should
time.
I call you like shorty or something? I don't know dwarven slang. Derogatory term. I'm sorry.
But yeah, as you guys approach, the palace is, I mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, the architecture, Razak, you are not surprised at all. Typical standard stout dwarven architecture. The walls are probably pretty thick to withstand one hell of a beating. You do know from your previous times of being here, the palace, the rest that goes into the mountain, it actually extends further in. They have a massive network, not only for mines, but for safety sakes, in case the city is ever attacked. The town guard will pull everybody into the palace area, and then they'll basically shut the gate, which you've never seen, but you've heard. Apparently, when they shut the gate, the top jaw of the dragon's mouth closes.
Huh.
Solus is like examining this gate in paying great attention to detail. He's trying to figure out everything about it.
Oh,
Nice touch there.
yeah, it's beautiful. Right now it's open, and I mean they're inviting the royal guard. They see you. They bow respectfully to you, Razak, and to you, Galahad and Gletus, since they know you guys. Solus, they bow out of respect because you're with Razak and the others. But you can see they're a little confused as to you. But other than that, I mean, they just show respect to you guys, and they don't stop you. Which you guys are used to. You've been in here a few times. Royal Guard hasn't stopped you after your first couple encounters with the High King, and you've been titled a lord within the Grand Dwarven Kingdom. So you have all the rights and responsibilities that come with that.
I walk in like I own the place.
So Solus wants to see if this gate is made out of dragon bone or if it's stone, and what are the dragon eyes made out of? I'm assuming it's a gem.
Yeah. The gate itself is actually just made out of stone. You have a feeling they would see that as a huge sign of disrespect if they put it into dragon bone.
Oh yeah, Solus would too. You have to fight someone.
Yeah, I mean, so as you're looking at it, you're like, okay, this is stone. Good. I'm not gonna have a fucking conniption fit. The eyes in the dragon's head itself are massive gems. These eyes are probably the size of a small house. Mind you, this is a big ass gate, and it, basically the whole front of the palace is the mouth to this dragon. So, the eyes are about the size of a small house.
Is this actual dragon bone that they
No,
made this
no,
place out of?
no. It is pure stone. They used it as pure stone. The eyes are unique because they are diamonds. So you see two diamond-sized eyes, diamond eyes for the dragons, for the dragon's head. And like I said, they're about the size of a small house. So the amount of money that just went into the creation of this thing is ridiculous.
Solus is gonna like tentatively like just try to like touch it and then catch up with everyone.
I mean, you could touch the teeth and whatnot, but the eyes are way too high
Yeah,
up
he's
for
just
you
trying
to
to touch
touch.
the like. He's just trying to like touch it like with the teeth, like respectfully, and then he's gonna catch it to everyone.
Yeah, as you touch it, you're like, wow, it's actually pretty smooth, and obviously they, you know, I mean, you knew dwarven, architecture was pretty good. This is fucking impressive. Um, but yeah, and you catch up to the group. Um, no big surprise. One of the main deities the Varkos follow is, of course, Aso, who's the God King. Um, but they do have other deities as you're walking onto the palace grounds. Along either side are temples to most of the deities. There are a few that are not accepted due to dwarves being dwarves.
Reasons.
Due to reasons, yeah. But a majority of the more good to neutral deities are accepted there. So you guys walk up. I mean, you guys walk straight into the palace itself. Um, there are dwarves running around everywhere. Everybody seems busy. Um, they're all wearing nice regal, outfits and whatnot. I mean, even what you're gathering are the servants seem to be pretty decently dressed. They seem to be going about everything. You see the captain of the guard. Um, shit, man. Should always have the fantasy name generator up.
Too many Z's and too many apostrophes.
Yeah. Damn dwarves. Come on, you slow ass bastard. Anyway, you see the captain of the guard approaching. It is Captain.
Want me to just riff one?
Finley.
Grimnir.
Okay, Captain Grimnir.
All right.
Lord Razak.
Thank you for the greeting. I'm afraid we need a pretty immediate audience with the High King.
He is not currently in a meeting of any kind, so that should be easy to do. He walks, he walks with you guys as you guys are talking. He's heading towards the throne room. He goes as soon as you guys get like outside the front of the throne. The interesting thing is on the doors of the throne room, on one side is Aso symbol, on the other side is Hammer symbol.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, dwarves.
Good taste.
Because fucking dwarves. Okay, apparently the fantasy name generator just doesn't want to work for me today. Fuck you too. But yeah, so he goes, if you'll give me a moment, I'll go speak with him. Shouldn't be much longer than a few minutes. You see him walk in. The heavily armed, heavily full plate male dwarves that are standing on either side of the gate. They just stand there. They don't give any dirty looks or anything like that. They just stand there. You've seen them before. Like I said, you guys have been here a few times, so you know.
So do we need like hand over our weapons or anything?
Not so far.
We're pretty trusted here. But okay, so they're within eyesight.
Yes.
Okay. I want to say over the mental link. I'd like to err on the side of caution and not that it might not be necessary, but I'd like to play it safe and cast that enhanced ability on myself. But I don't know about these guards here. They might not take too kindly to magic being cast, and then that same person going to talk to the king, even if it is, us.
I can cause a distraction.
You guys, by the way, Razik, Galitas, and Galahad, you have met this king before. It is King Duncan Draco. He's the High King of the Varkos, or also the High King of all the Dwarven race. You've met him a few times. He's a great guy. And he's always willing to help you guys whenever you need it. I will put that information down. It is under notable people.
So also just reply, I haven't been here before. You are lords in good standing, right? There shouldn't be a need to use magic to convince him to save his people and Fortis.
Yeah.
I suppose not. Just there's a lot at stake here, so I was just afraid of wasting
I
any
mean,
chances.
If you
You
like,
have-
I know how to cause a pretty great distraction for dwarves, and I pull out my flask.
Yep, that usually gets her attention.
You want me to just keep them occupied for a moment?
And I'll Galitas, Solus, got any qualms?
I'm just going to talk to the guy, explain the situation.
Not really. All that we need their help. We need their help for what's to come.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna like kind of walk to the right side of the room. And I'm just gonna act like I'm, inspecting the columns and the really impressive stonework of the palace.
And I'll kind of walk over to the guards. Men, gather round for Lord Galahad the Gallant. And I'll pull out my flask. Little sip to anyone who wants to listen in. I'll try and draw their attention to me.
Just for fun, roll a persuasion roll.
They probably just hate their lives having to listen to me, but that's fine.
It's more, they probably just hate standing guard. Dwarves are dwarves, full and full, no matter where they come from. They prefer to be out in battle or practicing something. And I mean, it is a respectable position being a royal guard member, but at the same time, it's a lot of standing around. So,
let me regale you with tales from my current travels. All right, let's try this out.
Damn,
that's a way to
son.
start. That's a way to start.
All right.
First off, drink up. I know you're on duty, but
That never
Dwarves, they
stops.
can handle it.
Yeah, I was gonna say dwarves.
They get better
they-
when they're drunk.
yeah. They take
Moonshine is light beer.
they take a few sips. I mean, they sit and listen to you. They do occasionally keep an eye out on the door, but other than that, I mean, they have to keep up. They have to do their job.
Okay.
I
Can I
give
take a
them
look
a
around
heavily-
and make sure? I want to just see if there's anything that may detect what I'm about to do.
Okay, roll a perception because your passive perception sucks.
It sure does. It's a 9. Oh, whoops. Oh
If-
no.
Wow.
If he needs,
Oh no.
I'll just.
I was
I'll
gonna
be
say
like,
if
I
he needs.
don't think
if
you
he
need. I don't think you need that spell. Can I see anyone with my passive
Wait.
perception or being a roll?
Wait.
If
With
he
your
needs,
passive-
I can help him.
With your passive perception, he already rolled with advantage, and but we'll say with your passive perception, always no. The guards seem to be, they do seem to be, out of respect for Galahad, they do seem to be listening to his story. I mean, occasionally, then just kind of keeping an eye on the door. They don't seem to be looking in Razek's direction. He walked far enough away where he's even out of their peripheral. So the good news is they'll be distracted.
Okay. I'm going to cast Enhance Ability Eagle's Splendor.
Okay.
I think you need to do an eagle screech every time you do that, though. Only-
Sounded like
All
a
right,
very
so-
wounded eagle.
Yeah, more of a crow. Eagles are really high pitched. I'm just not built for that.
That's all right.
So yeah, with that, I'm gonna kind of, return, just kind of compose myself, and I'm going to go ahead and just listen to pretend to be intrigued by Galahad's story.
so then I have this vision where I need to concoct this potion, right? So all by myself, I create the potion that single-handedly saved this dimension. Even as we speak, monuments to myself are going up. Oh, I think you'll agree it's quite the
That's
tale.
amazing.
I kind of look over surreptitiously to Razek to see if he just kind of with my eyes to see if he's finished his potion making. Jesus Christ, his spell or not.
He does seem to have finished.
All right. Anyways, got a meeting with the king. Enjoy that vodka.
And just as you say that, the door opens. You see the captain come back out. He'll see you now, Lord Razek and companions.
All right. So with that, I'll say thank you and ride on in.
Okay. As you guys
I
walk
believe
in,
I say, spread the word.
as you guys walk in, I mean, Razik, Galahad, and Gletus, you've seen this room a couple times. It's, beautiful. It's, interesting the way they did it. Um, they even have the pillars set up to kind of almost mimic dragon ribs. The way they have them set up going down the way. There are a lot of guards here, but no big surprise. You only see the king sitting up on the throne. He's got his wife next to him, and you can see a younger Varco on his wife's right, and a slightly older than the king himself, Varco, long gray beard, standing on the left of the king. Lord Razik, Lord Galahad, Lord Galetus, and newcomer. Welcome, welcome. What can I do for you guys this fine day?
Oh
I
yes,
bow
this
before him.
this is Solus, our newfound companion. He's been a great help to us on this in this fight.
I also bow. I've seen how we've interacted with the king before in Cascarim, right? So I would know a dwarven bow, I think.
Yeah.
And
You have
I
enough
do that.
you have enough. Plus, you watch the others as they do it, so you're like, oh, okay, that's how I do
I'll
it.
say, greetings, King Draco. My name is Solaston Strider. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Ah, pleasure to make yours as well, Lord Solus. So, my guard tells me that you have some news to discuss. Please, please. He waves over some people. Refreshments, food. Are you guys hungry or thirsty?
Oh my god, yes.
He
Double
waves.
whiskey Coke and a nice whole goose, please.
He waves, and you see some dwarves pull a table out and kind of set up a small little table. You see the king actually step down. Ugh, formality, I hate it anyways. He walks over and he sits down at the table with you guys, and you could see servants coming out bringing, trays of food, breads, cheeses, what looks like some big boar or something. And then you could
Nice.
see, you could see drinks being poured.
I'll take a little piece of this and that here and there, and then I'll say to him, I wish we could come here and talk for more friendly circumstances, but unfortunately, it's something rather dire that brings us here today.
You never just bring good news, do you?
If only I had the time to.
Understood. What can we do for you?
There exists yet another great evil that's threatening not only your people, but all good people of Fortis.
I don't like those. What are those? I don't like those. Put them
Yeah,
away.
the Dark Star Empire is
Right.
upon us. They are. Sorry, I keep getting that wrong.
Actually,
Yeah.
we'll call it Dark Star because I'm tired of possibly getting trademark violations. So Dark Star works.
Okay. The Dark Star Empire is besieging our entire planet. Now, and I know that might be a bit of a hard thing to accept, but they are a force that transcends mere planets. They've subsumed over 400 separate worlds, entire worlds. That is to say, 400 different fortresses out there have been taken over by this massive force. And it's going to take everything and everyone to come together to face them off. They are circling high above us in these strange airships, capable of striking us from the skies themselves. It's for that reason we need the Varkos, we need all the dwarves to come together with all their ingenuity and their their ability for battle, everything. We're going to need every bit of it if we're to stand a chance against them. So what do you say? Can I count on the martial abilities of these ancient and powerful people?
Of
Can
course.
I count on you?
Of course, you always have our assistance, Razak. Where do you need us?
Well, given that
Is
these
there
people you have
Gem City in this place?
They could also reinforce the one over on Del Salion, possibly.
Razak, get your token on there.
doing it.
Yeah.
Not going.
There's a reason I'm keeping these individuals pretty big. You'll find out.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and so would I know that the other Varkos are particularly are they like engineering savvy? Are they pretty like well learned in like machinery, or is that a separate?
That's more the gnomes and the halflings tend to be a little bit better at that, and actually the gnomes are better at it. The Varkos aren't bad at it, but if you want something that will stand the test of time, so to speak, the gnomes tend to be the ones to go to. But the Varkos aren't too shabby. You've learned that they've come up with some ingenious things, like a ballista that's like a repeater ballista, where they set up a bunch of big ass arrows, and it just fires them off like a typical repeating hand crossbow.
My God.
Okay. All right. In that case, I'll go and tell them. It seems that everyone knows the proficiency of your people and their tenacity of defense.
He just
I
smiles.
think, and for that reason, I think it would best fit the efforts of this defensive force if the Varkos were the ones who were the Vanguard defense. If you were to foresee the forefront of the defense of these gem cities, these cities which are the only places seemingly that can withstand these orbital strikes. And don't ask me what orbital means, that's just what I was told they were called. It's just when a big old strike comes from the sky, like a great big cannon.
You might even say beyond the sky.
But I know your people have an incredible ability to hold off, and your ferocity and your ingenuity are going to come into great usefulness in the battles to come.
Well, as you know, Razak, we will gladly help as much as we can. I don't know what we can do about these orbital, and he says that word very weirdly, because even he doesn't understand these orbital strikes. But they throw something at us, we'll be ready. And just as he says that, you hear the doors open quickly, and a little young dwarf comes running. Your Majesty, please forgive me. Forgive the interruption. The city is under attack. What?
I slam my drink real quick.
I'll quickly stand up, take out my bow.
Business
Yeah,
time,
so
boys.
he's saying Igneo igniting his sword.
I wipe off the bits of boar that I've been using my sword to cut up with.
So should we go and help these invaders or defend the king? Like, is there a protocol as he's attacked?
You see, as soon as that message, as soon as the gentleman delivers the message, very well. Alert the town guard. Get the civilians within the palace walls. Guards, prepare. You can see a bunch of guards run up. You can see a couple of them start putting on armor on the king. Oh, he's
Who's
not.
attacking?
Oh, he's going out and fighting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't sit around.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and,
Young dwarf describe these enemies.
He goes, wait a second. Okay, very large, very very fucking large.
Just my type.
Is there anything else? Like, do they appear demonic in nature? Or have you seen or heard or read of them before, something completely unknown to you? Are they
There's
beast-like, humanoid?
They are massive creatures. They look like very, very large humans, but they are wielding giant mauls and seem to be laying waste to anything in their path. They have an army behind them.
Can I do a? Have I heard of something like that? Can I do a history check to identify that or
Sure,
something?
you can try and do it.
Are these? Is the army behind them? Is that like miniature versions of them, or they look different?
They look. The army looks more like it's a mix of various races. Solid's the only thing that kind of matches the description he's saying. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Go Galahad.
Hey.
The only thing that matches the description he's saying are rumors of titans.
Oh
I,
shit,
I
good
was
call,
thinking,
Razak.
I was thinking Attack on Titan when you said that. I'm about to play the theme music, but I decided not to.
Signs the Essen of the San Diego.
I was about to play the theme music.
All with a brain, no, we are the hunters.
All right.
So, is there one among you named Aaron Yeager? We might need his help.
He looks very confused at you.
Come on.
I mean, he has experience fighting these creatures.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and produce my dragon wings just out of preparedness.
Okay.
Look back at the king.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guards all begin running out. The king is finally suited up with help. Thankfully, it doesn't take as long. So everybody starts like leaving, and you can see they're bringing in civilians. You can hear from where you're standing. You can see all four of them.
While we're running over, I'm trying to chug half a bottle of wine, or what I like to call battle juice. Well, King, this is our kind of area of expertise, so let's get to it. I'm excited.
I'll
Oh
say,
yeah, a bunch of dwarves in heavy armor are all looking all happy, and they're all like charging out. Everybody's heading for the
man.
main gate. Oh yeah, you have half the city in armor ready, all ready to go.
I'm going to. Do we have like a small battalion of dwarves around us?
As we're
Yeah.
walking up, I'll tell you the
Screaming out.
king. Is
I'm
there
going
any?
to.
You mentioned heavy repeating or heavy ballista. We might need those. These pretty large creatures we're going to be fighting.
You see them point to the walls. You can see them setting it up. You could see a dwarf behind it. You could see him just kind of cranking, and you can see you can just see massive ballista being fired out.
Okay.
I'm
You
going
clearly know
to,
what you're doing. Never mind.
He nods.
I'm gonna thaumaturgy myself, and almost like a call to action for the entire city. I'm just gonna do my war cry, "Ah!" as loud as possible, and make
Okay.
her shake around me as it happens.
Okay.
And everyone will know, hey, Galahad's here.
Yeah. Galahad.
Yay.
Yeah. As you guys continue to approach the city walls, even though the walls are like 80 feet tall, you can still see from the waist up of these creatures. They are humanoid in appearance. They are massive. Specifically, they're huge class. They are wearing what looks like black armor and a symbol you don't recognize.
It's not Tristan's or the dragon. Star.
You're not sure about the Darkstar one. You've only seen their, some of them, what they're wearing. This may be a follower of a different deity with that group. You're not sure.
All right.
But these
Well,
guys
they're wearing
are
black
huge.
armor, right? Which is similar to what those robes that guy was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. Is the trim the same too, or is it pure black? Nothing else.
Pure black. The trim is actually like a crimson color. The symbol is of. Actually, let me see if I can find it. Have it somewhere.
Well, people that wear black armor with red trim generally aren't nice people. I'm just saying.
Stylish
Uh,
though.
Can I teleport up to the wall?
Sure.
Where are you gonna get tree to teleport from?
What's up?
Do you need a tree to teleport, or do you have this spell teleport?
I have
Amulets, man.
my amulet.
Oh, right. I forget. We forget sometimes.
And I, for
Okay.
some reason, have 2 throwing hammers, so I'm going to immediately throw one. I'm pretty sure I got that like at level 3 or some shit.
Yeah,
I
way
that
back
was
in the day.
like the second session.
yeah, I have 2 of them, so I'm gonna throw one. I don't know how much damage.
Dinks against his toe.
I'm up on the. Yeah, it's probably not gonna do much, but I have no javelins apparently. Oh yeah, I do. I'm gonna throw a javelin instead.
By the way, on Discord, I put up a picture of the symbol.
Is that in NPC picks?
picks. Yep.
Okay.
The very last one, that brand new one that put up the hand with the green rays seem to be coming out of it.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Also, green light usually not good.
That's a miss. I somehow miss a massive fucking creature.
Wow.
I was just getting the spacing. It's just my. There's a guiding shot. There's a guiding
Is
shot.
is there like a bonus or something for like?
I thought
I
it was
get-
dexterity for ranged.
No, I mean like if you're making like a ranged type of attack against like a, would they be like gargantuan? Right?
These are
80
officially
foot
classified as technically they're classified as huge celestials. They are classified as titans, so you can imagine they are massive in size. Yeah, they are massive in size, so it's hard to miss them. But if you roll a 5, sorry, you miss. I mean,
Hey,
can't help that. I'm sorry.
it was the guiding shot. It's fine.
Okay. So would they be like colossal in that case?
It's like an 80-foot wall.
Okay, if it's 64 feet or more as height, it's colossal.
Okay, so then I guess they'll be classified as colossal. I mean, it just says huge in the book, but I mean, from their description, I mean, they're massive, so. Okay. One of them, one of the larger ones, extends up his right hand and goes, "Roar!" And it seems to echo, all throughout the area, and you can hear behind him, and then, you can see archers on the walls firing down at the little ones. You can see the bigger ballists are aiming at the larger creatures, but the archers are more going for the little ones who are trying to get into the town itself. You can see the gates open and just see a flood of dwarves go running out. And then you hear the sound of battle. You guys are now in combat. You all are within range.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna go bad.
That's the spirit.
It's a way to start.
Wait, so
all
we're all
gonna
up on the
die.
wall now?
Yeah, if you want to be, or if you want to be outside,
Okay.
it's your choice. I know Galahad went on the wall.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of
Yeah, I'm
cheated
outside.
and went out of initiative. My bad. I was
No,
getting
it's
too
fine.
hyped.
No, it's fine. It's you guys just getting set up.
Yeah, I was gonna take to the skies.
Okay. Well, good then. You're safe from what this one does.
Uh-oh.
Stomp.
Later, nerds.
He spins his maul around and puts the heavier end down on the, facing towards the ground, and he just slams it down heavily onto the ground. The entire area just shakes and rocks. All those on the ground and Galahad up on the wall. Well, that's for concentration. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I get +4, I guess, because Solus is near me. Even with +4, that's probably not doing it.
Well, Galetus, ironically, you're the only one who makes it.
Team wasn't good enough. What the fuck?
I got Elven.
Their spell save DC is 23.
What?
Level
It's a
9,
spell?
level 19, baby.
Yeah,
Let's do
you
it.
guys are level 19.
Yeah, we ain't no spring chickens no more.
Yeah, no more
Wait,
nice.
is this a spell attack?
This is a spell attack. It is called.
Okay, say
It
I
is
have
called
advantage against
Earthquake.
spell attack. Okay, I have advantage.
Okay.
I think. Let me read my thing.
This is a spell attack?
This is a spell attack. It is Earthquake.
Then yeah, I also have advantage.
Fissures open throughout the spell's area at the start of the next turn. If you cast a spell, a total of 1d6 fissures.
It's even worse.
Buddy,
Wow.
wow.
That's
a
even
shame.
worse.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Even with a +4, yeah, you guys fail.
Do I have to roll it again?
No, you're fine. Each fissure
hit me.
is 10 by 10, so it's 10 feet long, 10 feet deep, and 10 feet wide. They seem to branch off. Let me roll the die. Keep that handy.
Okay, luckily, I picked up heal. Yay!
Oh, that's hilarious.
Damn.
Huh.
Only one fissure. So it's 10 feet wide, 10 feet deep, 10 feet long. But it's only one of them. However, the entire terrain you guys are now in is difficult terrain.
Are we still doing initiative, or are we just still doing...
This is the first creature, actually.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm trying to see... No, other than that, you guys... Oh, you're not near a structure, so you're safe. Oh, shit. All those who failed, you're now at the bottom of the 10-foot fissure.
Oh, fuck.
Just
Wait,
10
I was on the wall.
Well, yeah, in your exception, you actually just fall down.
Yay!
We're just 10 feet below the earth, or
It's just basically, yeah, like the ground opened up, you fall down 10 feet. I'm not even gonna roll that fucking die. So we'll just say you take, you manage to recover no damage. But you are at the bottom of it now.
cool.
And I'm the only one above.
Mhm.
Oh,
Cool.
God.
You're the only
And
one
me.
who successfully avoided. Well, yeah, and Raziku's flying.
There.
So that's his turn. The
So
next one.
Galahad did that amazing history check on the Titans.
Mhm.
He got 20. Did he get did he share any of that super information he remembered about Titans with any of the party?
Okay. What you would know, Galahad, is these are the celestial children of the gods of the upper planes.
Awesome. Okay.
So they speak Celestial, is what you're saying.
You're pretty sure they know most languages.
Alrighty then.
I made the
You said
check.
the upper planes?
Mm-hmm.
As in, like, the good ones?
Oh, sorry, the lower planes in this case. This is set
Okay.
up for the more chaotic good ones. I forgot these guys are bad guys. So these are from the lower planes.
Okay.
I would have got that information when I made the check, so
Yes.
I'll assume that at the time I would have shared that with everyone.
You do know that because they are so arrogant and conceited and think that they can't be slain, that they tend to fight fearlessly when drawn into a battle, refusing to believe that the end is upon them, even when standing at death's door. The good news is that you can kill them. Bad news is you don't kill them forever. Basically, you just destroy the body. Alright,
That'll do.
the second one is going to take a massive swing at you, Razik. I'm going to say due to you flying... no.
Is he like reaching over the wall, or?
Razik flew towards him, I assume.
Yeah, I'm kind of like... I try to fly above the wall, like, so I'm kind of above my party that's on the ground.
Okay.
Or on the wall.
Oh. Of all the times.
I had it for like 3 levels, but we never fought anything that was good or evil, so I got rid of it.
Oh,
Also, I don't think we
Yeah.
pressed it in like a day.
Plus 17? That's like, why'd you say he hits?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
he would have had
gonna
to get
do
it.
it.
I mean, if he got a 1, he got a 1. I mean, that's why I still
Oh
roll it.
yeah, awesome. Wow.
Again, you guys are level 19.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get weird.
All
I
right.
have yet to complain until it hits me.
Razik, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay. Is that? Do I get their? Hold on. Do I get their aura bonus
Mine's
thing?
only 10 feet, so you're probably not within range.
He fell
Oh.
down 10 feet. Yeah, he just literally you had it and then he fell down. And then you lost.
Galahad though? Is it also 10 feet for
He
Galahad?
should be 30.
Yeah,
30, okay.
Galahad, you should be close enough for Galahad.
Okay, so is it what's it plus 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, baby. Yes.
Oh yeah, you definitely make it. Good news is you're not stunned, but however,
Uh-oh.
you're taking 30 points of damage.
What type?
Bludgeoning damage.
Never mind.
Yeah.
And his attacks are magical, by the way.
Good old-fashioned bludgeoning.
Yeah. This massive maul that he just swung through the air, he just managed to hit you like a tennis ball.
Sorry, did you say his attacks were magical?
Yes, all his weapon attacks are magical.
Would this be halved then? Because anyone within 30 feet takes. Oh, let me find the exact thing here.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
God.
if he gets an advantage and whatnot, I'd say
Basically resistance against magic, and he gets it
I'm
twice.
just
Okay,
Because I
so-
have my Holy Avenger, and I have just my Oath of Ancients.
Does that
thing.
he only
stack?
gets it one time. No, he only gets it one time.
Yeah.
So only take 15 points of damage.
I just
Okay.
want to let you know you are in a 10-foot hole and
Galahad
he's in
isn't.
the air. So
Galahad isn't. Galahad was on the wall and he just fell down.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And smashed my battle juice. I'm fucking salty.
Solus, it is now your go.
I mean, I think Galeas has a higher dex than me, so technically he would go first.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
I'm just going to say,
Yeah, I
as
got-
the ranger, I'm just going to assume he has a higher dex than the paladin.
fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 20.
Okay, so Galetus then. You go first.
Alrighty, I am going to go for the Titan that hit Razik. And I'm trying to think of a good idea. Alrighty, here we go.
All right.
Hold on.
If can I make a mental, like the mind link message to lead us?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll allow
Sure.
Aim for the eyes.
Yeah, I was exactly gonna say that. Like, can you aim for his eyes?
I forgot this thing does lightning damage. I don't know how to activate it. And that's what I do. I will activate.
Nice.
Yep. So I get 4 shots. And I'm aiming for his eyes, at least his face. Up to you if I get him or not.
Remember what I warned you about cold shots.
Yep, it goes down by 5. But I mean, this is a big head, you know.
Yeah, but you're still kind of far away because you're on the ground.
Oh, that is true.
Is there any advantage since they're so large?
No.
Like, how would you miss? Okay.
Contrary to popular belief, you still miss. I mean, still, just like they can miss, you can miss it.
But can they really miss, though? I mean, can they really?
Let's see. The lowest one is Galetus. So with Galetus, no, they'd hit him every time. because they have a plus 17. They automatically hit him, unless of course they fail.
I'm struck. Sorry.
I know, right? Unfortunately, only one of those hits. Their AC is not low. Like I said, you guys are level 19. You wanted a war. The good news is the others are kind of busy, and I'll start marking them down because they're taking damage from other things too, like the ballists are firing at them, stuff like that. So I mean, you're not going to have to try and knock them down from maximum health down. 33 does hit. 24 actually hits. So the 27.
The last two shots were 2 arrows.
Yeah, the 27 hits, the 24 hits, and the 33 hits.
Their AC is at least 24 or lower.
I'll be nice and tell you their AC is at 22.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I don't have to tell you. I'll let you guys figure it out, but I'll be nice.
I was guessing.
Yeah.
And that's my turn. Did I get its eyeball?
Oh yeah, you were specifically aiming, so that actually knocks it up. So only the 27 and the 33 would hit then. I'll say the 24 you just fired because you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to hit something. And you hit him, so I'll even give you that shot. But
okay,
for your called shots, plus 5, that means their AC would be like a 27 hit. So
Sweet.
Keep that in
So I
mind.
got 2
Basically just fire at them. Don't worry about the called shots. Just fire at them. Any damage you do is better than nothing.
Alrighty then. Well, I'll just focus on taking them down then.
Good idea.
What if, this is up to you, Will, if I aim for its Achilles tendon? That would probably be dangerous to get there, but like if I try and bring it down.
You'd have
Go
to
for
get
Nathan neck, man.
What
are you doing?
You'd have to go behind him, and going behind him gets into the battle with their foot soldiers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Never
there is an
mind.
army behind them. I mean, the army is taking damage because there's hail of arrows coming down at them, but there's, you're still going to have to try and fight them too. All right.
So,
So
how close is like the main dwarven force? Are they like in the middle of battle with this army and these guys, or are they still run up there?
Yeah, the dwarves have now engaged in battle with the foot soldiers, and there are a few dwarves like trying to hack at the feet of these creatures. Anything to try and bring these massive beasts down. So, I mean, they're doing whatever they can.
Okay. So, does the enemy army look like it has a structure or order to it, or are they just following these large titans into battle?
Seems like they're just following these titans into battle. If there is some kind of order, you're not seeing it right now because they're just, pure. I mean, imagine these, two massive armies just colliding, so it's pure chaos on the battlefield. The 4 titans are the only obvious thing that seem to be focused, and they seem to be trying to take out the walls.
So, when Gal had the 28 roll, would he know if they're from a chaotic plane?
He would know these particular are from a darker plane.
But not, like, I'm trying to... I have something I can do. It might be bad.
Uh-oh.
Fuck it. Okay.
Oh, that's my motto. I was about to say.
Discord
Motto.
is the chaos keystone. Wake the fuck up. It's time to go to work.
Oh, you brought me friends.
Yes. And as you can see there, I want them to experience true and utter chaos. If you can somehow make a small portion of the chaos realm real in the middle of their army, that would be great.
There already is a lot of chaos. Is there something in particular you want?
I want them to be unlimited distinguished friend from foe. I want them to go mad, essentially. To start
That's
attacking.
pretty chaotic. Hell yeah.
Very well. You see your keystone begin to glow and glow and glow. At the same time, you are at the bottom of the fissure. You're rising up.
Oh, I'm
Rising up.
As you crest finally the ground, you finally get to ground level. You can see your keystone is now glowing brightly, and you can see it just fire out gray beams of light, and it just seems to be hitting random directions.
I did mention that I wanted him to focus on the enemy army, though.
Oh, that's a
shit.
shame.
Specifically, you see 20 beams shoot out. It is
Whoa.
targeting
Good timing.
enemy forces.
So we're kind of fighting a bunch of titans, besieging a city.
I don't know about you, but I make a sandwich.
Is that Leroy response? And does anyone hit these titans or?
Two of the titans get hit.
Nice.
To make it even nicer, it seems to have a different effect on the titans, though.
Like, different as in good for us, different, or different as in we're totally boned.
Does that answer your question?
Oh, they're gone.
What?
Yep.
Are they like? I guess there's chaos is so like paradoxical to them. They just can't take it and they're banished back to their plane. I guess.
You have no idea what happened, but right now you're not looking to gift horse in the mouth.
Or they're teleported directly to the chaos realm itself. Either way, good job, Discord.
Either way.
So all the Titans disappeared?
No, just two of them.
Two.
Okay.
If it hit all four, it would have had a different effect. Okay. I'm gonna count that as your action. What do you have as a bonus action?
I'm trying to see what I can do here. Okay, so what I can also do is, so now that their army is like tearing itself to shreds, I'm gonna add some more to the chaos and use let's see. I'm gonna quicken Firestorm,
Interesting.
so it only casts a bonus action. And I want to spread that out. I get 10 cubes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do two.
Remember,
To
they
each
have
of-
to be adjacent to each other. That's the catch. So it has to be
Okay.
like 10 in some kind of row, even if it's diagonal or whatnot, as long as they're
Let's
touching
do
each other.
let's do a line like that gets both of the Titans' feet, but also spreads out among their army.
Okay. That just reaches the edge of the army. In between the two titans, thankfully, hits a shit ton of them. I'm just gonna auto fail, like half their army. However, I'm gonna roll for the titans, which may be depressing when you see the roll.
They're how big? How big can their decks
Dexterity?
be? They're giant.
They
Hey,
fail. Their dexterity is actually pretty high.
there it is.
One
Son
success.
of a bunch.
But you did hit one of them, and he's going to take full damage. You hit the one that Galitas actually hit.
Combo attacks,
Awesome.
and that's all I got.
All right, give me a second to tally it up. All right, let's see. They don't ignite. You did get a shit ton of the army, which is good. I'm gonna assume you aimed so that it wasn't hitting the dwarves.
Yes, I was
Yes.
being careful to not hit allies, similar to the
Thank-
chaos keeps them.
Yeah, thankfully the Titans are pretty big, so I mean you basically hit their heels, which is ironically what Cletus was talking about. So you do get their heals, however, it doesn't work as well as you're hoping. One does take a good bit of damage. The other one takes 22. Okay. Gardell, whenever you're ready, if you want to roll initiative and join the party.
Sweet.
Yeah, like you're like, where'd everybody go?
That's- I did as good as I could, guys.
I'll wait till the next round, and then you'll be back in the initiative order.
Okay.
They're almost done with this round anyway, so. Basically, you guys are in the capital city of Digron, which is the capital for the Dwarven continent
Well,
itself.
that's sweet.
Which is the capital continent. The army, including the High King himself, are out there on the battlefield currently fighting the forces. On the walls, they have like giant repeating ballista that are firing into these massive titans. As you appear, you watch two get hit with a gray beam coming from your buddy Solus, and you watch them just seem to poof out of existence. All right, Razik.
All right. I'm gonna be like observing this sequence of events. To make a quick darting glance at the situation, and turn and look back at the dragon gate with its open maw, and then turn back with a big old grin on my face. And I'm gonna cast Illusory Dragon. Gathering shadow material from the Shadowfell, create a huge illusory dragon in unoccupied space that you see within range.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to let's see. As this thing is on the wall, can that 60-foot cone hit one of the giants, one of the titans?
You get one of them. They're far enough apart from each other where you couldn't get both of them, but you get one of them and a shit ton of the bad guys down below. I mean, they didn't come. They didn't come with a small army. This is probably a good 20 to 30,000 foot soldiers that are currently fighting a majority of the Dwarven nation right now. So, I mean,
And
with all the chaos you guys have erupted, you guys managed to knock these forces down quite a bit. I'm gonna roll for.
this is gonna be a fire damage. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a fire dragon for sure.
Okay, I am going
Obviously.
to roll for the Empyrean. And still gets an advantage. Not that it did any better. But yeah, he manages to succeed. I assume the DC is lower than 22.
Yeah, it's 19.
Okay, so he is not frightened of it, but he does turn his attention to the dragon.
Okay. Since it's fire damage, do I apply my bonus to the elemental damage?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, ignore resistance, and then I roll damage, treat every one as 2. Okay. Come on, baby. And then add my
Intelligence
charisma on
save
fire.
instead of a dex.
Did you do a dex save for it? Or?
No, the first one is a wisdom to prevent being frightened. For the damage, they need to make an intelligence save instead of a dex save.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, he succeeds.
Christ.
They still take half damage, though.
Yeah, he's still going to take out damage, so I mean, it still hurt.
Why are they so smart? Alright.
They're children of gods.
Okay. 26 plus. Nice. All right. Not bad, I guess. And I am going to just go ahead and quicken a fireball
Okay.
and just toss it at the feet of the Titan and any of the army that might be his feet as well.
Okay.
Go ahead and cast that level 4. Okay, my 1s or 2s, which comes in handy in this case.
Wow.
Oh, and he fails his dex save.
So that's that's 27.
Plus
no.
3.
Hold on. Be like, okay, hold on.
As
Wait.
it turns to 1s and 2s. So that's 30 damage.
Plus 3.
Plus
But what's the 1? Well,
30,
actually,
it's
plus
32
2.
total.
32. But then,
Damage.
but then
27
plus,
turns into a 30, and that 1 turns into a 2.
and then plus 5 from my elemental affinity as a fire-based dragon blood.
37 then.
Yeah, 37 damage.
Hell yeah.
And that took a huge chunk out of him.
It's time for the sword to go to work, though.
All right. Anything else, Rajik?
It's gonna be it.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Remember,
I'm
you
gonna
were
do
knocked down,
some-
so you have to use half your movement to get back up.
I will do so. I have some better shit that I'm gonna do, but this is more badass. So I'm going to say, let me think of something to say. I'll yell out with my thaumaturgy still on to the dwarves that are surrounding me. Probably kind of, well, I don't want to say they're scared, but they just got knocked the fuck down against a massive titan. They're probably not super, you know. So I'll yell out, Varko! Let those who wish to have their names sung in songs of legend for centuries after come to me, trust me, grasp my armor so that we might take down these invaders. For tonight we dine in the halls of Hammer. And I'm going to try and get them to grasp my armor, and then we're going to teleport onto the head of one of these titans. And we're gonna
Oh,
start slashing.
shit.
Oh man.
I thought you were doing an inspiring leader at first. I was like, wait, you have that feat too?
No, I just want to try and get as many, I'm trying to make it clear that there's a chance that we're going to be going to Hammer's Halls tonight. But so I just want those who are, willing and that are willing to possibly throw down their lives to come and grasp my armor so that we can teleport over there.
Okay.
Remember, you need to be very specific on where you want to teleport, otherwise you'll end inside of it. Just want to throw that out there.
Are they doing so?
I'm trying to determine how many. Let's just roll.
I see.
Okay. 8 go with you.
That'll do. And I want to just, as we teleport onto its head, I'll raise the battle cry for King Draco! Duncan Draco?
Would I be close enough to grab on as well?
Sure,
Oh, please.
you want.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Maybe
let's
not
do
with the
this.
upward inflection at the end, though. Like,
King Draco? Question mark? No,
Okay.
Just Galahad would know.
Here's the catch. Which one do you want to go for? There's one that everybody else has been hitting. That seems to be the focus. He's pretty messed up, and the other one still has some decent health left. So which one do you want to focus on?
Ooh, I
That's
guess I'll go
important.
for the one. Yeah, I guess I'll go for the one that's hurting already. I'll try and
Okay.
take him down.
Awesome.
So we teleport onto its head, literally, and we're gonna start
Okay.
just stabbing.
Okay.
I don't know if that'd be my action to teleport or what the deal is with that. But
Both you and Gardell have to make a dexterity check. As soon as you
Check,
teleport
sure.
on there. Yeah, just check. See if you manage to stay. Oh, well, Gardell perfectly stays up there. Okay. Yeah, you both make it. All right, you manage just as you appear. The dwarves get a little unsteady, but they, quickly grab a hold. Some of them just start grabbing hair and hold on.
I'm hoping that I got their bloodlust up and we're all just yelling this battle cry together.
Grab him by sticking your sword into his head, right? I mean, that's how you do it.
I just don't know if that was my action to teleport or not. I'm assuming it probably was, but
Yeah, just because the amount of people, yeah, it would be your action to teleport.
yeah, it's all good.
Do you have a bonus action?
I'm gonna check that out. I believe Shield of Faith is one. Let me just check.
Shield of Faith is.
Yeah, so I'll Shield of Faith myself. And I'm not gonna fucking put it into my armor class. I'll just try and remember it because last time I forgot to change it back.
Okay.
You're pretty much. Wait, no, they have plus 17. I wouldn't say they can't hit you, but
I mean, I don't
plus
have
17.
I have nothing else to do with the bonus action.
Because of where they're at, I'd actually give them disadvantage on attacks against anybody on his head. So Gardell
Sweet.
and Galahad would, have a chance of not being hit. But you're right; they do
So-
have a plus 17 to their attack.
I don't know how you want it to work, but are the dwarves able to attack?
We'll say not this round, but we'll say next round I'll start whittling away. Just rolling X amount of damage for them. And so,
Sure.
yeah, they begin
I
attack.
hope they know. I tried to make it clear this is possibly a suicide mission.
Oh, well, once it falls, they're looking at the very long distance you guys have to go.
Oh yeah, I know.
Mind you, the walls are 80 feet, and it only came up to the waist of these creatures.
Oh yeah. That's why I wanted to make it clear. We're dining in the halls of Hammer, probably.
Yeah, they're dwarves, man. They don't care.
I mean, I'll be just fine.
Alright. Back to the top of the order. Gardell, you will get your chance this go round.
Okay.
Alright, the first one, who did his little earthquake, kind of pissed off that really didn't do much. He is going to... He's going to do a spell attack against that annoying little gnat that's flying around. Razik.
Oh. So, aw.
He just hit you with it. Damn. And he is going to attack you. He just gets to randomly pick. He's going to do...
If it is a spell attack,
Can
you
I?
get protection
Okay.
against it
One second.
within range Galahad. Your aura, is it just resistance against magic, or is it?
I believe
It's
it's
well.
resistance.
Can I use my reaction to cast counterspell?
Yes, you can.
I would like to do that.
Okay. It would be equal to... Hold on.
Well, he doesn't know what level spell it's casting. He has to guess, I think. Unless you want to tell him, DM, it'd be nice.
It doesn't fucking say.
Or I don't know if I would recognize it at all, or if I have to do a check or something.
We'll say this one, because it actually... Hold on. Actually, I have to look this one up. Couldn't be a fucking spell that already has a level.
What you're saying is it's beyond 9th tier magic. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, it's one of his actions. Thankfully, they only get one action a turn. I'm going to go by the Guiding Bolt one, even though technically it's not it, but... Yeah, fuck it. Okay, first level. So, it automatically fails.
Okay.
There isn't one for it. I'd have to make one up, and honestly, I don't really care. Be glad, because as soon as he casts it, you're like, oh, no. You turn around immediately, counterspell it, and he just glares at you. The second one,
Thank
however,
you.
is going to swing at everything on top of its head and hope to hit something.
Can I see if I got the scene right? So we're swaying on this massive titan while this firestorm is going on beneath us before the walls of this great dwarven city. This is pretty badass.
Yes, that's exactly how it is.
Galahad has the biggest smile on his face of all time.
He does have disadvantage, so I gotta roll again.
Ooh.
Be glad he has disadvantage. He takes a lower number.
Yeah.
I would like to use my reaction to make a melee attack against him.
Sure.
Because Sentinel, he's attacking somebody other than me within 5 feet.
Oh, I actually will do the same.
I'm just gonna
There you go.
bonk him on the head.
I'll do the same thing.
You're still gonna take his damage though.
Yeah.
And both of you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
+4. 21 for me. Damn.
You both make it.
Hell
Good news,
yeah.
he doesn't stun you.
Fuck.
Yeah, Galahad, you know what? I'm gonna say that hits.
I'm on
I mean, he's only standing on top of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because you're aiming for his head, that negates some of his armor. So I'm gonna say that hits.
Thank you, sir. Do these things have, I'm assuming not, but I gotta ask, do these things have any averse reaction to light by any chance? Light directly in their eyes?
You have no idea, but you're on the top of his head because your exact words were on top of his head. So you're like standing where his hair is, holding on for dear life, and you're just basically swinging and hoping to hit
So-
something.
It's particularly Shadow of the Colossus right now. I
But yeah,
love it.
So he takes both that damage.
Oh my, they're making a PS4 Shadow of the Colossus. Sorry, out of character.
They already
However,
brought it out. It's already out.
Shit.
However, he hits most of you guys. Unfortunately, 2 of the doors fall off to their death. For you two, because it's a unique experience, do a quick dexterity saving throw, Galahad and Cardell. It will determine whether you guys stay on or fall.
+4?
Okay, you guys make it.
Ooh.
Well, the good news is you take the damage, and the other good news is you stay on top of his head. But you did just lose 2 dwarves.
No, I'll make a quick sign to, I don't know if I know Hammer's sign, but I'll at least do Salonis.
Alright, that's his turn.
And I pledge that I will make a song out of this for them. I
Alright,
should have gotten their names.
oops.
Fuck.
You can find out later. Solus.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that I am in, up on not in the ravine anymore, I'm going to, and we're fighting. I'm guessing there's a vicious melee even on these titans' feet. There's still like
Yeah,
a
there's.
lot of enemies.
Yeah, I mean, you made chaos happen, and bad guys are attacking bad guys, but they're also attacking good guys, and they're attacking the big guy, and it's pure chaos. And the dwarves are just like, fuck it, if they're going to attack each other, they're going to kind of stand and watch for a minute, and just make sure it doesn't get out of hand if they come after them. Obviously, the dwarves are going to defend themselves, but they're also focusing on the big guys. So, as long as they are attacking each other, fuck it.
I'm gonna bonus action Spirit Guardians myself. Quicken it.
Okay.
I guess I'll move up before I activate that though. I'll wade into the thick of it and then I'll activate that. It's not clicking.
Oh,
Oh, it's asking me to cast it. What level? That's why. Let's cast it at 4th level. So that's going to be. I'm going to use radiant damage, obviously. And they're going to appear at angelic, so it's going to do 48 radiant on everyone within the 15-foot radius of me. And their speed is halved.
Okay.
And that was only my bonus action, so I'm gonna start cutting away the toenails of one of these titans, I guess.
Alright, wisdom saving there. They have a high wisdom, unfortunately. And
They have a low anything?
God, plus 13. Jesus.
You guys are... Just so you know, the challenge rating of these guys is 23.
Hey, one failed.
Yeah,
Nice.
one failed.
I'm a 19. Save.
No, sorry. That's just... He has advantage on the saving throw.
Fuck.
Yeah. They have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Okay.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah, so, I mean, they have the same thing you guys do. So he actually succeeds.
Oh my god.
He does still take half the damage, so roll your damage.
If I can get any of the other, like, armory people and normal armory people guys in there too, that'd be great.
We'll just say it hits them, takes them out. I'm not worried about the little ones. The big guys are you're more focused, but yeah.
Alright, and I'm gonna... That was 4th level. Sure my slots are right. Okay, it's time to stab this guy, clip his toenails. How considerate. Okay, and I want to smite on that.
Okay.
Let's go 3rd level.
Okay. Nice.
Now attack again. No. That one misses.
Yeah, 20 misses, unfortunately. But you still did do some pretty serious damage to him.
When he starts his turn, he'll take that damage again. Or he has to make a save again.
Alright. Anything else, Hollis?
That's everything I got.
Okay. Cletus.
All right.
That hits. Y'all are bitching about his plus 15. He's got a plus 17, guys.
He's a ranger. That's all he's got. Yeah, I was DMing a game when a person has a plus.
Yeah, 23 hits, 21 misses.
At level 5, a character has a plus 10 or 11 with a plus 1 magic weapon. It's like, as a ranger, I was like, what the F?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Mm,
25
that's my
hits
turn.
and 28 hits. So roll your damage for those.
I did.
Then you get like the Colossus Slayer or some shit like that as well.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I got that.
Nice.
That's my turn.
Hold on. Doing math for the wrong creature.
63? Question mark?
Jesus Christ. Alright, well. That one's hurting.
Yep.
Alright. Gardell.
I guess I'm gonna use my bonus action to Hulk. Oh. I mean, might as well.
Most of you guys have been targeting the same creature, so he's hurting a lot. Galetus just fucked his world up.
That's extra 24 was the lightning damage.
Gotcha.
So I'm just trying to find.
Tell you what, do a standard swing because I think you would be able to do enough damage.
Yeah, I was just debating on whether or not to pop my wings out.
It's your call. Razik's up in midair, so
Fire alone. It's for the flavor, baby.
I don't know if that hits or not.
technically their AC's higher than that, but I'm going to say on his head their AC's a little lower. 19, however, no, I would put it... Actually, no, I'll make it 19 as the minimum.
There, I cut its head off.
What?
He cut off that toenail.
You do.
Where's a bard when you need one?
That good enough for you?
Alright, here's the fun part.
It's gonna crash down and smush some dwarves.
They'll be just fine, I'm sure.
And possibly a Souls and a Galetus.
Gardel, Galahad. As Gardel slams it into his skull, the creature falls.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
I have like multiple ways of not falling.
Soulless.
That was not good.
Is it on top of me?
He's falling straight forward.
Do I need to make a deck save, or do I like acrobatics jump out of the way?
I'll let you decide if you want to do acrobatics, whichever's higher for you.
Acrobatics is higher.
Please, please, please allow me to reroll that.
Oh, I don't get to. Yeah, damn it. Fuck me. Well, technically his body is not magical though. It's just bludgeoning damage against my head, so I can resist it.
I assume we'd have a little bit of time before we. Like, how tall are these things?
It's over 100 feet.
100
Yeah.
So we need at least 6 seconds. Which
I'm doing the
would.
the person in that one movie where they're running the length of it though. Like that's Solus and Galetus. We're not running to the side. We're running the Prometheus. We're running along the length of them.
that was
We're
always-
idiots.
I always thought
No,
that was
what
stupid.
I'm trying to do with that roll, I'm trying to catch it.
So
I
I'm
got
leaving
you,
behind.
buddy!
I'm running the length, and Galetus is trying to catch it.
I will give Gardel and Galahad a dex or athletics or acrobatics check to see if you guys manage to. You're still taking some of the damage, so if you guys succeed, you will
Well-
take half damage, unless you have ways to prevent all of it.
Yeah, I can. Well, like it would take more than 6 seconds for this thing to fall fully. So on my turn, I have a way that I can just dip out.
Okay, what are you doing specifically?
Do I have to wait for my turn, or can I just?
No, you can do it.
Save me.
I'll just bonus action Misty Step onto the next one.
Okay, that works.
I would like to grab onto you. Oh wait, no, I can't. That's Dimension Door. Never mind.
The good news is, Gardel, you manage, as he starts falling, you're like running down his back because you're like, fuck it.
Could I?
I missed step two. Can I misstep out of the way, or is that like?
Oh yeah,
I
you can do that
know.
then. Then don't worry about it. Galetus, however, sorry, he failed. He's taken all that damage.
I apparate.
Alright.
Wait,
Could
no.
I attempt to jump and get as much height off of this thing as I can? I'm gonna try and pop wings out on my next turn. I don't know if I'll fall the full 100 feet or not, but it's
I'll allow
worth a
it.
shot.
I'll allow it. It is still technically your turn, so I'll allow it. You haven't moved, so I'll grant that as your
Yeah.
movement. And I'll say you manage to pop the wings out, which keeps you from falling. So basically, you jump off, you pop your wings, and you're like,
Well, it's an action to do that, so.
and it's fun. I'll allow it just for flavor's sake. This was it's more interesting to watch.
I technically have an extra 15 feet to my high jump distance, according to the rules.
1 second. Hey, baby.
Galahad is genuinely considering hiring a bard just to follow him around and write songs. With his
We had one,
exploits.
but she left.
Yeah.
We need to find her again.
I could try and write my own, but that's just tacky.
From the stories that I have heard, she is in a big town in a big orgy.
Stories.
You
Don't you mean first-hand experience?
Mm,
Galahad seemed pretty fine talking up his own tale to those dwarves. Like you just gotta put
Yeah,
that to song and a
you
rhyme.
can't write your
And then
own
you're good to
song.
go.
It's
That's
a
just
legend.
cheesy.
It's a legend.
I'm trying
The
to
legend
spread
start.
the word.
You
I'm
started
trying to-
yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to spread the word so that someone else writes a song about me. I can't write my own song. That's just
There
And a
bad.
bard
once
starts
was a
out
brave
as
paladin who lived a life full of some sin.
So if
He
I
had
make,
a big sword and
I make a bard next
attacked the monster's gourd. And
campaign, as canon, I'm gonna have them know some songs about Galahad and company.
Oh hell yeah!
behold the legend of Galahad, how he lost his virginity with the help of his dwarven friend.
then he
Let's
drank a whole
try
the
bottle of
guitar.
gin.
Yeah.
Watch one die and fall unfortunately. Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep, you see me go splat.
Oh, there's this Titan's coming down. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to move the dragon over to the other one, and I'm gonna have him do his breath weapon again.
Speaking of, where are our dragons?
7, D,
They got their own thing to deal with.
Yeah, man, but I mean, look,
6.
they would help us greatly.
And
They're
again, I
fine.
want to try and see if I can't get some of those army fellows in there. Doing my best to avoid the dwarves, of course. Okay, 6 plus 5. Yes.
That's a lot of. Oh damn.
Nice.
Okay, that's my bonus action. Now for my action. I can't be using that one, so I'm just going ahead. I'm going to cast Fireball at level 6.
Nice.
Why the fuck not?
I'm yelling, cast it at its legs! I'm on its head right now.
Yes, I will do my best to avoid my friend swing on the
You
crown.
probably can't hear me, so you just see me looking and yelling in panic.
Kya!
Ooh.
Okay, that's plus 1 because the 1s are 2s, and then also plus 5.
Hey.
Hey.
So that's 30, 43. I think.
There we
Wait,
go.
40. Wait, no. Hold on. That's 43. No, 42 plus 12. Okay, so yeah, 52. No, 54. Damn it. If that's Dex.
Ooh.
He saved because he has advantage.
Damn it. Okay, so 54. That's 27. 27 points of fire damage. That's going to be all I can do for my turn.
Did it skip Gardell or did he go already?
I think he went.
He cut his head off. That was his
Right,
turn.
right.
I was thinking that was Solus.
No, I don't have the magic sword that allows me to cut people's heads off. Mine just glows a bit.
Well, it doesn't have to cut their head off. If he doesn't want it to have its, if it has legendary actions, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Or if he rules that it's just way too big to have its head cut off, it does like an extra 6d8 slashing that are then doubled. It's not that much.
Um, hell yeah.
Yep, we got that.
I'm going to.
We are
I-
giant slayers.
I guess I will just swipe at this thing with all my strength. So would I know? Are these things vulnerable to radiant damage? I think they're celestials, so probably not. But they're also,
Well,
from the lower planes. So okay, well, one way to find out. And I'll I'll start swanging. And I'll smite if I can fucking hit him.
Didn't we kill the 2 titans?
I thought there was one left.
I think Galahad Razak
There
killed
were
it.
two. Yeah, there's one
no,
left.
I think the "you killed him" was referring to when Galahad was talking. Or no, sorry, Gardel was talking about the.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. My bad. Sorry.
So I'm gonna just stab him right in the eyes. I don't know if I have advantage or if I or what's the deal, but those are my 2 attacks.
The Schwab.
Alrighty. I will smite on that. First, I'll roll the improved. And then I'll oh nice. And then I will.
Improved should be 1d8, I thought.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, it is, but whatever. It's a 1. So. And then I'll smite at I think the max is 3rd, which I don't have a spell slot for. So I'll smite at 4th level. So 5d8. So 35 total. And I don't know how you do like aimed shots if it has a higher AC, but I'd like to take out one of its eyes if possible. Also, I'm continuing this whole time I've been yelling my battle cry, so I'm screaming it into its eye socket now. In a very loud voice with thaumaturgy. And I'm just hoping someone is seeing me do this, so the songs will be created. And then as a bonus action, I will cast Compelled Duel on the one that I'm on.
You realize we're all going to attack that thing. It's going to break as soon as we do, right?
Is that what it does? Okay, then
Yeah.
never mind. I won't do that.
Like, if anyone it hits it, it ends it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Anyway, it ends.
Never mind.
I'm
Then
gonna say there's only one Titan left, and you guys are pretty much. I mean, aside from the, chaos that's ensued due to Solus making the bad guys all attack each other, really the Titan's the biggest problem.
Then yeah, I won't do that. I will do nothing. Yeah, that's my turn. It's 35 damage.
Yeah, I got it. Alright, his turn.
Or 36, sorry.
That's what I got. Let's see.
Unless they're, weak to radiant.
No. Solus.
Oh, okay. So I'm just going to wade through all the enemies.
Rolling
of the
to determine
army.
who is attacking. And he's attacking you.
That's fine.
Ooh.
I haven't been hit yet.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Be gentle. Hey, no, it's higher than that, isn't it?
No, you actually make it. But
How?
because for some reason you have to succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. So you saved yourself from being stunned, but you're still taking 34 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Unless you have magic resistance, then you're taking half of that, so 17.
I don't think I'm within Galahad's aura. I just have, if it's an actual magic attack against me, it has disadvantage, like a spell,
No,
and then I have advantage
it's
against
just
spell saves.
yeah, it's just his weapon attacks are magical. So the maul
Okay.
is using.
And I have Spirit Guardians up, which is concentration.
Okay. Which
So,
you succeed in.
Yeah, I'm Warcaster by advantage.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay.
And
that's,
34 damage.
yeah, that's his turn. Now it's your turn to give a little payback.
So with Spirit Guardians still up, I'm just gonna wade through the carnage, letting them take care of the normal army men as I'm walking up to this thing's toes to begin the process of clipping its toenails now.
All right.
Did we use our Sentinel ability in the same round as this, or was this a different one?
This is the next round.
Okay, then I'll use my Sentinel when he attacks Solus.
Yeah, I don't believe I'm close enough, but
Yeah, Galad, you're on top. That does actually hit even with his normal AC.
And then it's plus 1d8 for improved Divine Smite, which is just on every every melee attack. So 14.
Okay.
All right.
Also, its speed is 0, if that matters at all.
Not really.
Ooh, I can layer some smite action on this.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Both those hit.
Okay, so I want to do. Let's do 2 4th levels just to make them 5d8. So I'm
Okay.
gonna roll 10d8 total.
Okay. You guys are bitching about how powerful these guys are hitting, yet you're taking them out pretty quickly.
I bitch about everything. It's just my thing.
So that's 19 plus 42.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know how much they.
I have a bonus action if I want to use it.
I
Do it.
think next time I'm gonna give him max health though. Yeah, do you want to use it? He's still standing.
Okay.
He probably
Can
wishes
I-
he wasn't.
I'm just going to. How hurt does he look? Like, does he have
He's-
obvious wounds?
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. He's still standing, but he looks like he's getting close to that line of no longer standing.
What the heck? I'm going to. Never mind, if he's that hurt, I'm going to just guiding bolt him. Quicken it.
Okay.
That misses.
Yeah. Alright.
That's my turn.
Galetus.
Alright. I'm gonna open up a can. So would that count as 2 lightning arrows? Because I casted it level 5 instead of 3.
No, if you're gonna do that, it wouldn't double the impact. Basically, you want to save it for the next arrow. So that one, just roll to attack. Because you still have to hit him first.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Let's just go with
But if you hit
just
him,
one.
I would say that spell does affect.
Alrighty. Here we go.
That hits. That hits. He will more than likely not
take
live
that-
through
take
this. Both those hits, so go ahead and roll your damage for those.
Yeah, that's what I figured. We got basically the whole party to go through.
I still have 2 more shots.
Don't forget to do the damage for the lightning arrow.
Oh crap!
Which is 48.
Just take the damage off of this one.
And that last kills him.
Nice. So does he crash the other way into their army this time, or does
Yes.
he crash on top of the city as well? Oh, great.
By
the
the way,
damage
how
that,
did
with the damage that Gletus did, his arrows fire, and they fire in such rapid succession that it, even as big as he is, and how small these arrows are, it still manages to knock him back. And as the last one hits and takes him out, he just falls backwards.
how did I get out from under the first Titan?
We'll just say you climbed up. I forgot.
And as he falls, it's also say creatures of the lower and upper plane should stay there.
Alright. You managed to take the Titans out with the help of the others, and the rest of the Dwarven army and whatnot. You managed to clear a lot of them. The rest of the enemies just run.
I want to capture one of these guys.
Okay, we'll say you capture one.
Like, if possible, if there's a high ranking looking one, maybe his armor's more ornate, or he has like feathers or something in it, or some sort of cloak that's fancy looking, or one that actually has the symbol like around their neck, pinned to their armor or something. If there's anyone like that, that's who Solus is looking for. And if not, he's gonna grab the closest guy he sees.
Okay, unfortunately you only get a foot soldier.
Good enough. So, Solus is about to have a little chat with this guy if anyone else wants to join in.
Actually,
Yeah.
let's take a quick 5-minute break, mainly because I have to go to the bathroom, but let's take a quick 5-minute break, and then when we get back, you can have your little chat with him. Basically, the rest, you guys are cleaning up the rest of the forces and worrying about dealing with the city. So, I'll be right back.
All right. Quick, does anyone know who delivers pizza in 5 minutes?
I don't know anyone delivers pizza in 5 minutes unless it's like microwavable.
Amazon.
Not in 5 minutes.
I subscribe to Prime Extreme.
I mean, the closest I think I've seen is under an hour of delivery time. If you're like in the city that offers it.
I heard they.
It honestly depends on how close you are to the pizza place.
I heard they started employing some rocket cars. Like
They
break
got
the sound
drones
barrier.
delivering Amazon packages. They have drones delivering pizza soon.
If you want, I can bring you some of my pizza that's in the fridge.
Hell yeah, man!
All right, you're gonna have to come down here though.
Damn. How's the? You got a post office?
Yeah. I'll send it by email.
Okay, I mean you can COD. I mean I'll take care of it.
I'll send it by Facebook message. Hold up a minute.
Little Caesars closed
Hold
5
on.
minutes
No,
ago.
actually, you know what? I'll send it through Discord.
Bummed because Little Caesars closed 5 minutes ago. Which one time I went there at like 5 minutes to close and be like, hey, just give me, I'll take, you're like hot and ready, like, whatever you got already made, whatever. And they're like, nah, man, we made this pizza, no one came to get it, so here you go. No charge.
Oh, sweet.
Like, hell yeah. So I feel like it's been enough time. I don't want to be that guy that's like, Oh shit! It's fucking 9:55. Dan over here, trying to get our free throwaway pizzas. Because that also happened at racetrack. I came in at like, almost 10, which apparently is the time that they throw away their food. And I grabbed like 3, uh, fried meat tubes of various cheese and seasoning qualities. And they just told me, yeah, just take them. All yours. Don't worry about it.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, there's the pizza.
Yeah, I made it especially for you.
Thank you.
It's in Thursday chat. I made it for everyone. That's as close as I can get to it. It's all for you.
Hello.
I'm here.
Are
Yo
we taking a
yo.
break or?
I had to take a quick one, but yeah. I mean, if everybody's back, then we can keep going.
Roll call. Who's here?
Me.
Razek.
I'm assuming we managed to murder this thing.
Yeah.
Gypsy. Tom Server.
After rereading, actually, the Titan, when it falls, disappears before it ever does any damage to the city.
Awesome. So I didn't get squished.
So, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you guys are going to have a chance to sit and heal anyway, so.
Thank God. I don't know what I would do if anything happened to my poor, good architecture.
I'll try and
Over the mental link, Solus forgot to mention this, but he's like, "What happened to your son? Did you not want to use him during the fight?"
I figured it'd be best to leave him out. We're gonna need him come wartime.
I'm gonna try and go to where the first Titan fell, where those dwarves fell, and I try and find those 2 bodies.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just noticed that the Titan's bodies actually disappear, so, I mean, they didn't do any damage when they fell. Doesn't matter, you guys pretty much cleaned up, both sides.
Oh, what happened to the ones on his head?
Yeah, they got tossed off.
Yeah, they got tossed off. Well, 2 got tossed off when he swung, and then when they fell, we'll just say they make their saving throw, so they took some damage, but they're still alive. Dwarves are pretty stout creatures, so.
Damn straight.
I mean, they're hurting, but they're still alive.
I hug all of them individually. And if I hadn't given my flask of vodka away already, I would do it now. But that's for later.
Did your sister hijack your Discord? Oh. Galitas told himself to shut up, so I thought someone else was typing
I
on
did.
Discord.
It's my niece, by the way.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you.
I would never claim her as my sister. I'd kill her first.
Oh,
Mhm.
good. Just familial bonds there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We you should hear us whenever we get mad.
So thick. So,
Alright, I think we're all here.
Yep.
Okay.
okay. Does anyone else want to join me, Solus, in his chat with this person?
Sorry, I was gone for a moment. Which person?
So Solus said he wanted to capture one of the members of this army to interrogate them.
Ooh, yeah.
And fortunately, I was not able to grab someone who appeared to be high level. Just this rank and file infantryman, but he probably knows more than we do about what's going on. So ask him a couple questions.
If I'm flying, can I try and find one that matches that description? And I'm kind of thinking the same thing.
Roll a perception check.
These infantrymen, are they just humans or?
The one Solus captured was human, but it's a mix of races. Like, they're races of all kinds, even some dwarves and whatnot.
This isn't relating to hearing or smell, is it?
Mm-mm. You're going by a description that, Solus kind of gave you for what he's looking for. And you're trying to suss out the chaos that's down there. You actually managed to find one.
I'm gonna. I have a fly speed of 60, so I'm gonna book it down to him.
Okay. We'll say you capture one.
Still in hybrid form.
Gardell, here's how we're going to play this. We're going to say to them both, now we only need one of you alive to answer our questions. First one that starts giving us what we want to know gets to live.
That's a good one.
Are you a paladin?
I am totally a paladin.
So I'm gonna go over to the. I'm gonna take the guy that I have, the leader, and I'm going to attempt to rip an arm off.
Oh hell yeah!
Jesus. Okay.
See, Razik, I'm a paladin. I'm
Allow
assuming
me,
Oh my god!
or not. Just tear it right off with your bare
Fucking
hand.
Tears it off like a piece of bread.
so.
No, he doesn't.
Over the
I'm hulked out. I'm not thinking.
No, he doesn't.
He
As you
probably
go to
was
rip his
thinking.
arm off, you see his facade change from a human. You see he's got dark skin, silver runes, and he just looks at you.
Oh, it says. Oh.
I mean, I
It's one
don't
of the
really care.
actual, like what are we calling them now? Dark Star, or are we calling them Dark Star people? Not the
I mean,
race.
That's still coming off.
No, it's not. His bone structure is adamantium. There's no way you're ripping his arm off.
Adamantium.
I mean, I'll cut it off.
Jesus.
You pull and you rip, and you can hear you dislocated it, but you don't break. You don't pull it off.
Fine, I'll deglove his arm.
Deglove.
This is some Magnus shit right here.
Was it a Razik?
Okay.
Razik, these people are responsible for murdering millions, if not billions, of people. I have no time for their bullshit.
I'm not a fan of torture.
I'm
If
gonna
you-
torture them.
Well,
just
you're
gonna kill
not.
him.
Maybe.
I'm just
well,
gonna kill
okay.
him, and if he doesn't answer my question, I'm gonna kill him, and I'm gonna revive him. If he doesn't answer my questions, I'm gonna kill him again and then revive him.
Jesus.
What happened to the sanctity of life?
He's
Wasn't he
gonna
the
be
same
alive.
one? Wasn't he the same
You-
character who was bitching about you making a creature?
Proselytizing to me about the sanctity of the soul and how one
Yeah,
must
he's
always
still gonna be alive.
preserve.
I'm not mutilating or creating life. I'm just restoring it to what it once was. And
Good
it's taken away.
God.
Restoring it
Oh God, Mommy and Daddy
Uh,
are fighting again.
That fine line he keeps crossing.
It's a squiggly ass line.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
Gardell,
I
you
will-
have one, and Solus has one. Gardell,
I will.
you pull him back to the group with you because you'd rather have them, together just in case.
I'm gonna pop. What's the? Okay, wisdom one. I'm gonna pop the
I think it's owl or
Enhances-
something.
ability owl. Ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah, it's owl wisdom. Yes,
There you go.
on myself, and then on top of that, I'm going to do guidance on myself, and I'm going to look for another seemingly in charge army leader.
Oh no, this is all. Hey, this is mentaling, man. I've still got my guy. He's not going anywhere. I'm just waiting for Gardo to bring us over here.
Woo! That's a 20.
I see it. Oh,
You've got a lot of 20s today.
I'll fly him back, carrying him by his dislocated arm.
Don't be gentle.
Okay.
Do I find my leader?
You do find another leader. This one's a Minotaur.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. I'm going to approach said Minotaur. And I am going to invoke. Oh, that's the first time I've done this. I'm going to invoke the dread presence of my dragon ancestor.
Ooh.
And I am going to exude an aura of fear to a distance of 60 feet for 1 minute until you lose concentration. They must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the aura ends.
Okay.
Go ahead and paste that here.
Well, don't make him run away.
Which he fails. No, he's frightened. Means you can't attack him, or if he does, he'd have disadvantage, and he can't get any closer to him.
But Razor's walking closer to him.
Yeah, so he'll just keep backing up. I mean, it's not going to make him run because the Minotaur himself is still going to be tough and want to try and stand it out. However, he just won't attack. I mean, he definitely is he's basically awestruck by, the presence that Razak is.
This short man with dragon wings.
You do not move. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of descend closer and closer. You will tell me everything you know about this army. Do I need to roll an intimidation for that? Or-
Yeah, I'd say roll an intimidation with that. With advantage, because you already have them all struck.
Okay. 19.
We're the first wave. There are simultaneous attacks going on around the world.
Fuck.
Hmm.
We were sent here to deal with you.
Good job.
You failed.
You slow clap for him.
I'm actually not there. I just wanted to say that.
Where are you focusing your attacks?
The capital cities of every continent.
So I thought Alexander was going to give us a heads up if shit started going down.
He might be embattled in his own little struggle right now.
Just now, a raven comes up.
Yeah.
with a message from Alexander.
Yeah, poor Raven.
I'm going to be like just kind of like I'm going to be rebroadcasting this to everyone over the mental link, just so they're informed.
Okay, I'll send messages to all the leaders that we've met with the messenger ring, one after the other, and just ask them their situation.
You pretty much get the response you expected. They are currently under attack. They will get back to you.
Shit.
What are your strongest weapons?
He just looks up in the sky.
What are your weaknesses?
I have no weaknesses.
Well, you say
So
that.
you know the usual: sword to face, axe to throat.
You know, I feel like I'm gonna have to do the intimidation one more time.
Oh,
I'm
my arm to his arm.
I'm gonna do it one more again.
Okay.
Okay. And this is gonna be guidanced as well.
Nice.
Huh? Okay.
Okay.
30. Speak again. What are your weaknesses? And I'm just gonna raise my rune shot. I'm gonna place it like right against his forehead.
Am I in the room?
He's not in the room.
And this
Well,
is
am
right
I with
outside.
him?
Yeah, Raz
I
was
mean,
outside. He went
I've
hunting.
been-
He literally went out hunting, checking the remnants that are running away, and he managed to find one just like Gardell did.
I've been broadcasting like what his responses have been and kind of like the general idea like over the mental link.
I was going to, like, if I was there, I was gonna aim my bow at him, like, pointing directly at his face. But I'm not there, so I can't do that. So continue.
Our weakness. The only weakness we have is we used lesser races in the war.
Well,
Like yourself. I mean, you did lose.
Okay, can I it says lesser races. Would I know enough about Minotaurs? They're like a proud race, right?
Hmm.
Can I insight check or would that be like intelligence to? Because that doesn't seem right that a Minotaur would say that about themselves.
No, I'll give it to you. He more than likely is not talking about his race. He's probably talking about the humans, the elves, and dwarves, and whatnot. Minotaurs tend
Okay.
not to think very highly of most races.
Hmm.
I guess I'll message Magic and say, bring him over here. Let's have a group chat. We got two of their guys.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly kind of ask this. Am I strong enough to lift this man and fly over?
No.
No. Okay.
Minotaurs are large creatures on their own.
Okay. That's,
Just make him travel size.
don't have that build. Well, I mean, I
You just start cutting off limbs, and there you go.
Jesus.
we have very different moral compasses.
Well, we already know Solus's compass varies from time to time.
The way he views it is these people butchered, like I said, 400 worlds, billions of people. They don't deserve any mercy. They're not going to change. If there was any hope for redemption of them, they would have happened already. So they are only to be destroyed.
Okay, I'm going to kind of like invoke a little bit of magic, just enough to kind of have a faint glow and swirl of air and fire around the rune shot around at his temple, and tell him
Do
to
you have fairy fire?
follow me. No, I'm assuming I can like just kind of almost cast a spell, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I got what you mean. He snorts, he kind of looks at it, but he begrudgingly, you know, starts walking.
And I am above him in the air, I should
Mhm.
mention. Okay, so I'm just kind of like flying in place as he's walking along. And I'll bring him over to the rest of the group. What is your rank?
Commander.
Of how many?
The forces you guys just laid waste to.
That's strange that you would command and not him. And I'll indicate the actual Dragon Star race or whatever.
He says nothing.
I was afraid to have Gardell because he's gonna kill him.
It's just some mild arm ripping. It's
No, because I was Solus is gonna say, Gardell, I think our friend needs some incentive to start talking.
also, we need to do this quickly because as we speak, people are getting killed.
So I assume the whole ripping part, I kind of threw him to the ground, stomped his back, ripped his arm up. So I'm just kind of standing there, foot on the back, arm still yanking on the other dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Guess if he's asking for incentive, I'll drop it. I assume the Minotaur is what we're talking about.
No. The guy that you're currently pulling his arm on, he's not talking. I said, it's strange that the Minotaur would lead and not an actual member of their own race, considering you were disguised.
Oh, I mean, in that case, I'm just gonna make an unarmed attack on his head. Just curb stomp him.
Yeah, he didn't. The Dark Star person didn't respond.
Or rather, just punch the back of his skull.
Okay.
That's a crit fail. Interesting.
Wowzers, man.
I mean, I get 2.
Punch the ground. That would have been your head.
Basically, I'll just slam the ground right beside him. Just slam it into the back of his head.
I honestly, I can't talk shit. I actually crit failed an unarmed strike in real life.
Nice.
As you
Yeah,
saw.
pretty much.
Okay. The actual Dark Star says nothing. Apparently all the damage and whatnot you're doing to him doesn't seem to faze him. He's staying quiet.
I'm going to use Mass Suggestion.
Against just this guy? Or?
Against all 3 of them. Sorry, it won't. Hey, there it is.
Yes.
So I'm targeting the Minotaur, the Dark Star person, and this foot soldier.
Dark Star passes. The Minotaur, I'm just going to say fails because seeing his stats, there's no way he'd succeed. And then the little peon, he's just a human. I'm going to auto-fail him too.
So I'll say, tell us everything about your plan of attack on Fortis, including troop movements, any plan for orbital bombardment, what your predicted chances of winning are, who you're targeting first. I mean, a whole war strategy, basically.
The Minotaur speaks up. We're not targeting anyone first. We're hitting them all at once. And you can go hide in your gem cities. We'll take over the rest of the world and let you sit and rot.
I have a quick question. Like, since we started dipping over to all the different continents, has it even been like a full day? Because we just pretty much instantly bang, bang, bang went to one after the other. So they probably haven't even gotten to the gem cities or even began to prepare. Is that right?
Um, we'll say it took you a couple days of travel between the continents and resting and whatnot. But yeah, they haven't even really begun to begin. I mean, they started, but some of the cities are far enough away from major places that it's going to take a while for anyone to get there.
Yeah.
Is there like a second phase beyond? This is still like in the course of suggestion. Is like I'm asking like their whole plan of attack. Like I'm assuming they're not just having one grand attack on the ground and they think that's going to be the end of it. What are their plans afterwards, basically?
In case of aerial attack, our command ships are sending down fleets of fighter squadrons.
You're not worried about retaliation from Alexander Quim?
He is a concern, but we have been assured he is being dealt with.
In all of your history, and I'm going to call over the illusory dragon just to kind of stand behind me imposingly. I mean, it's kind of illusory, shadowy form. Who has posed the greatest threat to you?
In what way?
Which of the 400 and more planets have posed the greatest threat to you, and how?
This is the only one that the king has specified a massive force to attack. All the others fell to the orbital bombardment. Can't hit what you can't see.
What you can't see.
I'm assuming it's the gem cities. Mental
Right.
link. Those are hidden, right? Like it's hard to see them from orbit.
No, he's referring to the fact that nobody could retaliate against him on the other worlds because they just
Oh.
sat in orbit and just fired down until it was softened up enough where they just sent in forces to basically just take over.
So why? I guess Solus would then ask, why did he want only ground forces then to attack Fortis? Is there something here he's looking for that he's afraid he might destroy with an orbital strike?
How utterly cowardly.
Is he searching for something that's unique to Fortis?
He had a feeling that his brother would get involved and keep the ordering forces busy. So he sent a majority of his foot soldiers here first. He expected the orbital strike not to be able to take place.
How unfortunate for him.
Last report, we were winning.
Uh-huh. So, any other questions for these guys?
So what will we do with this commander?
Oh, they're dying.
Do we have all we need?
I don't think he's spoken up yet.
I mean, someone can try to intimidate the guy that I failed my spell on. Or heck, I'll try. No one else wants to.
Go for it.
He's gonna pass that.
As he's trying to talk to
Guidance
him or
myself,
whatever,
I
I'm
guess.
just gonna pull out a hunting knife and just kind of sink it right into that shoulder that's been disconnected. Or heck, I don't need a knife. I'll just use one claw,
Okay, I got an 18.
helping him out the best I can.
The advantage.
Not against this guy.
Fuck. Yeah, I
Just-
figured he'd pass.
But not by much. Not by much. That one's actually pretty close. He just, even with all the
Razzie, you
damage,
wanna talk to this guy?
even with the
Razzie.
damage that's going on, all the pain he's already been through, he stayed quiet.
Isaac, work your magic. Talk to this guy for 10 minutes. Has it
Oh,
been
we
10
have
minutes?
that long. We got battles going on everywhere.
That's.
I'm gonna swap arms real quick and just dislocate the other one if I can.
He was already frightened. It's a thing.
Oh no,
not,
no,
that,
no,
not
no.
this guy. You fight the Minotaur. We're talking about the
Oh,
actual
separate,
like
okay.
race.
Okay.
The guy that has perhaps they're dwarvish in stature, but he has black skin with silver runes.
Okay. Well, he'll still have to succeed against my my frightening aura.
That's the wrong kind of thing that I clicked.
And he fails. He's terrified of the dragon, but
Isaac, ask him stuff.
Well, I want to just like kind of stare at him real hard, and then over the mental leg, like, what are you talking about?
Well, he probably knows more. Being of the actual race of these people, and the fact that he was disguised as someone else, he might know more than this Minotaur about what's going on. Like, he might be, I don't know if he's a spy or something, but I don't know why they would disguise themselves. They seem pretty proud of themselves. Haughty, almost. First of all, ask him why he's disguising himself, then go on to other questions, I guess.
Okay, so I want to. Okay, so out of character, the Deljorans are. They are the creatures that built the gem cities, correct?
no. The Suhi are the ones who built the
The
gem
Suhi.
city.
Okay,
The Deljorans just
Deljorans
know how to
are
use the
look
gem
like-
cities.
and that's what this guy is.
Yes. The commander is an actual Deljorn.
I want to ask, what do you know of the Suhi?
He thinks for a second. Very respectable race.
In what ways?
Although easily beat, apparently, by the Nemesi.
What do you know of their martial abilities?
The Suhi, they were quite capable. They were just foolish originally to believe that all races were as accepting as they are. They no longer believe that.
What do you know of their current status?
Here, they're in the process of being brought back. Other worlds, they're alive and thriving.
Son of a bitch!
Ask him about their battle plans. See if it matches what the Minotaur is saying.
What do you plan to do for this world, Marshally?
Once the ground forces have taken the capital cities and we've established beachheads on every continent, we will call in an airstrike to hit designated targets to make a show of force. And then those who haven't gotten to a gem city in time will be captured. And those who are in the gem city will sit and rot.
So they don't plan on attacking the gem cities? They're just going to starve them out?
I probably can't break them. Over the mental link.
Yeah. Huh.
So I guess we go just teleport into the other cities and help. Is this ask him if the Titans that they brought were specifically to kill us, or if every city is under attack by them, and how they even managed to get them on our team in the first place.
I'll go ahead and relay this.
Because they're essentially children of gods, so I don't imagine they come easily or cheap or however the reason they got them on their team is.
They are the children of Lucinda. She is goddess of the Black Weave and its personal avatar. They will do anything she commands.
How many are there?
18 total.
Okay.
And then, are there the 4 or only 4 committed to Fortis, or all 18 here?
Only 4.
Ooh, alright.
Cardell is under mine. You still got that Black Weave thing?
No.
Damn it.
Actually, I'm still in
Oh, you're
I'm still transformed. It's
I just hear a howl back.
pretty much. Actually, no, you kind of hear chants. Just over and over.
Okay. Well,
Gardell's stay in control for her. Over and over and over.
Gardell's not much help in the talking department right now.
But if we need someone's arms ripped off, I know the first man I'm going to.
Anyone else got any questions for Razik to relay to this person?
Razik, you get a message.
Who?
From a pearlescent dragon.
Hey.
We have arrived at the various cities. The tides are turning. These forces are no match for us.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
the dragons!
So, good news, everybody.
And then you hear,
Oh.
and you can see off in the distance what looks like a giant cloud of moving wings and large serpentine creatures heading your direction.
I just want to confirm, either perception or whatever, that these are in fact the dragons we're looking for.
Yes, these
Same.
are the dragons. That
Okay. Just
You
want to
can-
make sure there's no.
the only way you can tell is because it's a mix of colors, and the only place you've seen where they mix well is when you went to Dragon Guard. Well, mix better than normally. You can see reds and blues and golds and silvers and whatnot all mixed in together as they fly in a formation.
Do we see our dragon children's?
Yeah, they're following along too.
Aw, yeah.
As much as I'd like to see them, we don't really need their help here right now.
I mean, they can. I'm assuming they're gonna attack again.
Isaac's the only one who was told. You guys weren't.
Well, we see dragons coming, and we see
Yeah.
our dragon children coming. So it's reinforcements.
Yeah,
And
you
I
can-
told
you
them
can
good
only-
news, everybody.
Okay.
So, do we want them to just reinforce this area, or we want to take some with us?
We can leave a couple here. Yeah, you guys can play without me. I'm sorry. I just gotta get to bed.
It's fine.
This
No,
fucking thing
I'm not
killing
worried
me.
about that. I just need to know
I'm
how.
gonna probably be dipping out around 11:30, Eastern.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
So in like 45 more minutes.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I just know Galad has to go soon, so.
No, I don't have to go anywhere.
Okay.
A short time
So-
later, they all. Best guesstimate, there's probably a good 300 dragons here, of various sizes.
Oh shit! Should
God,
we just
that's
leave like 20 here?
Solus is like freaking out. There's so many dragons in one spot. He doesn't know which one to like start petting.
Yours all land next to you guys and kind of look. Well, apparently we got here too fucking late.
Oh yeah, it was a big thing. Like it was a fight. You guys would have loved to be in it.
Damn it.
It was great.
Sorry.
Thorn, make yourself smaller so I can put you in a headlock. You're too big now. God damn it!
It was a long flight from Drakengard.
Should we just leave like a dozen or 2 dozen here? I mean,
Is that what you,
Each continent is going to have about 300 to 400 dragons in addition to whatever troops they have.
Dang.
oh, I gotta
That was
have
more than
children.
Solus was expecting. Okay, so
We've emptied.
Razik asked.
We've emptied Drakengard.
This is a clutch
I
play.
mean, aside from a skeletal crew to protect it, we've pretty much emptied it. Most of the clans are involved.
Ask this guy, or if I guess Solus can just ask him if he's frightened of Razik. Like, would that transfer to Solus and his party at all?
No. But you can
Okay,
try.
so
I mean, he has
I'll
been
try
answering
and tell
questions.
him-
It's just only certain questions. It
I'm trying
seems
to
like,
give him this more
from
a
what you
mental link Razik.
from what you gather, it seems like physical force against the member of the Dark Star doesn't seem to work. It seems like he's not terrified by that. You talking to him seems to have a better effect, which is weird.
Boom! Answer
Nice.
my questions, bitch!
What do you ask him?
So, if an attack, the initial attack against the city was to fail, what is your next like plan? Like specifically, let's say that this dwarven city was able to repel your initial attack. Do you attack again, or do you regroup and attack another city?
The men all have orders. As soon as, if the city falls, we are to take over command until the king arrives to issue specific orders. If the city does not fall, then we are to regroup and assist the other forces attacking the other cities. Any capital city still left standing, assuming we are able to, we will just blow it off the face of the planet.
So we need to get these people out of here like right now.
King Draco walks over. That won't be a problem. Wasn't going to tell you until later, but apparently might be necessary to know. The Royal Palace in Digron is a gem city.
Dang!
Ooh.
I was about to actually contact Lucius and see if the closest one was, but this works.
That's why we always send everybody into the palace, because it is the most protected spot we can get. In addition to it being within the mountain range, which makes it harder to hit.
Alright, so you're pretty much set then.
I've already sent the orders to Mandaral and Himgrim to pull off forces. We are going to put everybody within the palace if we can. We'll fit as many as we can for a short period of time. They are bringing only necessary supplies that we will need.
Oh,
So-
I gotta go to the dragons before the gnomes.
Basically, I guess if anyone else has a game plan, Solus is he's mental linking this to everyone. I think we should repel this initial attack first, and then try to get together with all the races, at least they send representatives someplace, and formulate a plan of attack. And we can coordinate with Alexander to take the fight to this enemy.
Works for me.
But we had to act quick because, like that guy said, after a while of failing to take cities, they'll just start shooting from the orbit.
Yeah, I'm down.
So is there?
Question.
Yeah. Oh, you can go ahead.
I guess the question is, where do we help first? I suppose.
What would be the weakest of the towns that we've been to?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Ask this guy. They must have attacked. They must have. I'll ask him. I'll say, what city were you planning on capturing the easiest? You must have battle projections and projected loss of life and stuff like that.
Hold on, I gotta take a look at the map real quick.
Actually, a better question would be what would be the first town they could take that they plan to take over.
The capital of Lastburn, the capital city for the gnomes and halflings, was the one we expected would be the easiest to capture.
Oh shit, we have to get them anyway, so.
So I'm assuming we haven't met any gnomes or halflings, have we?
No.
So we can't message them. So if the dragons have forces on the gnome continent, can we ask them to message the dragons there and see how the battle's going?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. If the city's already fallen, we might not want to waste our time going over there.
I mean, right now you have your dragons with you. You have King Draco, aside from your 3 prisoners. The other dragons are pretty much taking up a defensive area around Digron itself. You see smaller forces going both northwest and southeast or southwest, probably to Mandral and Himgrim to assist with making sure they get there safely. Which explains why the force was so large when it originally arrived. Because they came from the east. They literally flew over the mountain range.
So cool. Yeah, does anyone else have any better ideas?
No, whatever works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll ask them if they can get in contact with the dragons that are at the gnome and halfling cities just to see if the city still stands.
Alright, your dragon relays a message to one of the others. And the response he gives to you is, according to what they're hearing is, many cities took some heavy hits, but they're still standing, and with the help of Dragon Guard, they're managing to turn back the tide and at least protect the city until they can get the forces, until they can get the people to safety.
Dragons are so cool. Has Saul said that before? Because he just wants to say it again. So it's really up to us what we want to do then. If the dragons are able to hold all these cities, or at least defend them.
Well,
We need to check with Lucius.
a good tactic, and this might be out of character knowledge. A good tactic is to take. I don't know if we're ready for something like that, but take out one of their, not the main leader, or just one of the leaders at least, and that would bring down their morale. I mean, attack their morale. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my hind end over here.
You guys hear a voice seem to come from, like, the middle of the air. You recognize immediately as Alex's. Forgive me, guys, I couldn't get back to you sooner. My brother was a little smarter. He sent a heavy force to my little spot of the world to keep us busy for a while. The good news is I have heard word from the fleet in orbit. Um, they have, in a sense, put a blockade, and nothing is getting through. I also heard reports from your friend Lucius, and he says the cities are almost fully operational and will be prepared to turn on the shield as soon as things have settled.
I always knew that Lucius was a good guy.
He says, give him a few more days, the shield should be active, which will prevent any possible bombardment or any outside force from entering.
So, Alexander, we captured one of their commanders who was attacking Diggeron. And he gave us some insight into their plans for Fortis. But with the help of these dragons, we're holding most of the cities against their initial attack. And we'd like to try to plan our own, I guess, rebuttal, as it were. What's the best way to attack them?
And the easiest would be to attempt to find whoever the commander is of whichever force is attacking and attempt to take them out. Most of my brother's forces are held together by fear, mainly fear of dying at the hands of their commanding officer. Almost always you will find one of my race as the commanding officer for the ground forces, whether it's obvious or not.
Yeah,
if you
this one was
You
disguised.
recognize this one?
Yeah, what's his name? Ask him.
I have
What's your?
Alex looks and goes, don't recognize him, but I don't know a lot of my brother's forces. Our allotment of soldiers was purposely kept separate from everybody else. We were trained in the particular ways of the planets or area in which we were to quote unquote take over.
So I guess my next question is there a grand general of all ground forces, or is it each commander responsible for each continent that reports directly to your brother?
My brother very rarely trusts many people, but I would say if he had any grand commander or even like the highest commanders that would be on the ground, it would probably be those he's already ensured loyalty from. So I would say it's either one of my race or one of his dragons.
So we gotta look for this person or this dragon, is what you're saying.
Their dragons, just like the ones here, can change themselves into humanoid form, so you may not be able to ascertain specifically. They won't make it obvious on a battlefield that they're the commander. It's one of the ways that they keep the commanders hidden, is by pretending to be just another soldier or pretending to be just one of the captains or something like that. They won't make it obvious because they know a majority of forces tend to go for the leader first to try and scatter the forces that way.
Any other questions for Alex? Well, we got him on the line.
I have none.
All right.
So should we keep this guy? Do you think we should keep the commander alive, Alex, or should we just off him?
More than likely, he's probably not going to give you much, and anything he's telling you will be the truth, because they're honestly not scared of much. So he's probably telling the truth in anything he's given you. I would not recommend keeping him alive, because we have various ways to... Actually, I'm going to send you something to prevent any possible way of him escaping.
Oh,
Someone catch.
I can take care of him.
Someone's hold out his hand, I guess.
You see a small manacle just kind of pop out of where the voice had been coming from. You can see the manacle Glows gray and purple, kind of grayish purple mix.
I want to arcana this.
It is magical. Can't tell what, but it is magical.
I don't have detect.
Only identify.
magic?
Only identify would be.
I don't have identify. Dang.
Detect magic might get close. You'd at least be able to get the school, but for specific information as what exactly it can do, identify
Well,
would be.
I want to slap this on first, and then we can identify takes a while, right? Like, let's slap this on first, and then see what it does.
Okay. As soon as you slap it on, you can see it glow brightly, and you can see the commander look down at it, and he just narrows his eyes. He doesn't
As
look
a
happy.
present for you.
Are we wanting him to talk more?
I mean, we got all the information we got. Like,
Are we
right?
keeping him alive?
No. We're there's other mental link. Alexander said that we better just get rid of them. But the manacles would help somehow. I don't know if they have a way to like usher souls back or something, but he seemed that
They all heard him.
certain
I mean,
that
when Alex was talking, everybody could hear him. I mean, even
Oh,
your
okay.
prisoners. He was talking through a mirror. So he could see you guys, but you guys couldn't see him. You could just hear where the voice was coming from, which is where the manacle came from. You hear him go, by the way, once he's dead, you can use that manacle, and it will block all their innate abilities from being used, in addition to any magic they could cast. It will prevent all that from happening.
yeah, souls is just theorizing. Probably a way to like I guess it makes sense saving their soul, like for moving on to the afterlife.
No, it doesn't do
So-
that. It just blocks their powers.
I'm-
Once they die,
I'm going
there's-
No,
to-
I mean like they have a way to do that to like make them easier to resurrect or something. That's what Solus is theorizing. That's why Alexander gave us this. So when he's dead for sure, and you can't revive him.
Well, good luck. I will be sending men to assist in all the capital cities for the continents as well. We've repelled this attack. He was just keeping me busy. He didn't realize that my fleet can operate without me being there directly. I don't use fear. I gain the respect. I gain the respect of my people, so they'll fight for me, especially due to our cause. So I will be sending men to assist in the various cities and helping anyone who needs to get transported to one of the gem cities for protection.
That sounds great. Good to have you with us.
Not a problem. Family rivalries are always fun.
Yep. I wouldn't know, but I can. From what I hear, it sounds horrible. Can you send us a message when the rest of your family gets here, or are they already here? I forgot. That's out of character. I forgot.
My brothers and sisters are going to be arriving shortly, and they will determine whether or not they're going to get involved or attempt to talk my brother out of his ridiculous actions. Not promising it's going to work, but when it comes to family matters, we tend to be more diplomatic. As for any forces you encounter, my best recommendation is either kill them or let them flee, but as you know, keeping them alive is dangerous.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. So, Gardel, I'm hesitant to ask, but you think you can maintain control of yourself if you were asked to kill someone right now? Is that with a mental link?
Well, again, all you hear is control yourself for her.
Okay, so I'm not gonna ask Gardel to do this. Anyone else wants to? Otherwise, I will.
So, but everybody's been saying out loud, "Kill him," right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to use
You would
the
have heard
Adam.
Alexander saying kill him too.
I'm going to use the Adam Stone to rotate his skull 180 degrees in his head.
That kills him. You watch as the head of the commander just spins, and you can hear, I mean, even with the adamantium bone, you can hear snapping. And you can you just watch the body fall limp.
Wow.
I'm just going to take a deep breath, just a nice sigh, and drop before him.
And Minotaur's next. Soul's just going to make with the stabby, just real quick in the neck.
Okay, you take the other two out.
And I actually apologize to Football. He'll say sorry. I know you're just following orders, but. And then he'll just kill him too.
Okay.
Like I said, in the neck again, trying to minimize, pain and everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was going to be nicer. I was going to give him a chance to live.
Oops. Oh well.
Well, never mind.
I can bring him back if you want to.
I mean, I was just going to basically rotate the bones in their legs 90 degrees and let them crawl towards a gym city. If they made it, they live. If they don't, they die.
Okay, that was. What's wrong, Razik?
I don't understand you people.
Really? You're gonna give mercy to these serial murderers?
They do glass planets for a living.
Mercy's one thing. Torture's another.
I didn't torture them.
I didn't either.
You were planning to.
If it came to that. I mean,
Yeah.
is it really torture? I'm not mutilating them. I'm killing them and reviving them.
Well, no, I was, but
Yeah, he for sure was. That whole twisting their skulls around inside their heads.
I did nice, quick, clean kills.
That's one thing.
I mean, Gardell's like an extreme version of justice, I guess.
Justice. I don't know if we want to get into that argument.
Let's just say these people probably deserve it. I myself wouldn't torture them, but as long as Gardell wants to do it and he doesn't get too out of hand, and it serves a purpose, I guess I'm okay with it for now. We'll see.
I'm just gonna kind of like just tilt my head a little bit and squint at him, and yet
It's a case to case thing, I guess.
yeah,
I can't just blanket statement. Definitely not
Certainly.
leaving any of them alive, though. That was pretty clear from Alexander.
No ice constructs. That's an abomination. But
Yep.
a little bit of
Totally
torture now and again, and reviving
I
someone.
didn't
to
say
kill
I
them
would be
again.
committing torture. Or using magic to torture them.
Slippery slope. Slippery slope.
And Gardell is also not using magic to torture them. That would be an abuse of power.
Remind me again who you follow.
I follow Xavier.
Yeah. Do you happen to know how his preferences lie,
Yeah,
or are you just kind of guessing?
I know. I'm not. Do you see me torturing people?
Can I hold on? Can I just insight check that one right quick?
Sure.
Okay, well,
I mean, technically, Solus hasn't tortured anybody. He gave them a quick, swift death, which Xavier would allow. A swift death would be preferable than to long, slow torture or slow, painful death. I mean, he would accept that more than, anything else. Gardell doesn't follow anyone, so technically he gets away with a lot more.
That's not true.
Well, he
I
doesn't
was
follow someone
referring-
of that particular, of that specificity.
Yeah, I follow Karn.
God of
I
War,
was
so yeah, he doesn't care.
referring to the construct aspect. Is it
That's Soul's
Xavier?
personal views. That's not Xavier's.
Uh-huh. So you're not quite bagging up on anything divine, just kind of how
I
you
don't know.
kind of,
You're abusing your power.
but it's not based in any of your religious beliefs.
I mean, there's probably some in there. Like, this is out of character. There's probably some, like, religious beliefs along with paladins hating undead and what they consider abominations of life thrown in there, but it's mostly Solus doesn't want people to start viewing magic as something horrible again. And so if you do anything, use magic to do something that could possibly cause that, he would try to stop you, basically.
Which
And the
actually
fact that
makes
you're trying
sense.
to hide, and the fact you're trying to hide away this thing is
I mean, if you think about it, it does make sense. I mean, the last thing you want to do is put magic back into the, bad spectrum
reinforcing
again.
it. You wanted R.
No, this is new information. I've never heard of that particular aspect of the You're trying to kind of preserve the idea that magic users can be good. That whole aspect of it I haven't heard before.
Have I mentioned that? That's actually one of Solus's like greatest quests in his life. Oh
To
dang!
be
I don't
honest,
think I mentioned that though.
yeah, you guys really haven't
neat.
done a lot of RP learning about each other and the various ideas and whatnot that
Well,
you have.
I mean, you can tell he loves he loves magic and dragons.
Sure, yeah.
So I guess you wouldn't know that though unless you ask him like that deep about it.
Do you choose to make that known?
If you bring up the fact about if you actually say to him about
I am directly asking you why is it okay to like torture someone, kill them, bring them back, but not to create a construct in order to serve the greater good?
I guess I'll say that to him. It's like people don't shy away when you revive someone back from the dead, but the fact that you're hiding this thing you created is all the proof I need, basically, that at least you think you're doing something untoward.
It's not untoward. What the masses may tolerate is one thing, but what is right and what is good is another.
I also feel that they would kind of turn away from it if they knew that you were bringing them back only to kill them again.
How
valid
do
point.
the
Are we speaking of this construct again?
Yep.
Razik, I'll look at him and say, I can see his point of view, how it's, in his eyes, an abomination. And you follow Hammer, correct?
I do.
Have you consulted him on how he feels about your construct?
It's
I
a
have not.
spell! People, it's a spell!
Plus, if you think about it, Hammer is the god of smithing, forging, so on and so forth.
Creation.
So a construct would probably not be out of, thought process for Hammer. He wouldn't see an issue with it. I mean, it would be different if he was using the construct in a way that, didn't give, magic or creation a good image. So, like, if he created a construct and then had it terrorize the city, Hammer would have an issue with it.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, okay. I see.
This.
But
I know you weren't here.
I do see his concern, but I mean, as I said before, I mean, it all depends on what you do with it that really aligns you, whether it's good or evil. So, I mean, it does throw me off a bit. I mean, it is sort of undead, in a sense.
Solus doesn't think it's undead, he thinks it's unnatural.
Well, yeah, unnatural. I mean, I haven't seen anybody use it like that before, but that's what Galdus is saying.
Unnatural. You say that word like it means something. What's natural about
You're arguing
mixing up?
semantics with deeply held beliefs. You're not going to convince me to give up or change my life view and life goal.
I can at least poke the holes in it, because I
No,
will
you
tell you,
absolutely cannot. This is ironclad belief.
there is nothing natural about mixing different metals together at high temperatures in order to form it into a particular shape and stab into another person. That's not natural. It might be natural to bite someone's head off, sure, but it's not natural to form tools, to form abstract concepts of society. That's not natural. Doesn't happen in the natural world. So that whole
Technically, apes do it.
social constructs, that's debatable. But certainly not to the extent that civilization exists. That's not. I don't think the natural is really an argument here of whether or not something's good or bad. But I will tell you, we're serving the same purpose. This thing, it's a tool. It's a tool to fight evil.
Why do you refuse to use it and hide it away as if you were ashamed of it?
I am not ashamed of it at all.
You hide a trump card until it's time to be played.
Correct. And also these people here, they might not have the correct reaction because they have not been acclimated to magic the way that we have. They have not grown accustomed to it. They have not grown to accept its true ability and its ability to do good in the full way that maybe we have. I was there at the Siege of Casgarim, and I was there. I was able to convince all of its people to accept those who have magical abilities and to pull them to the forefront to defend the city. And they saw everyone there who could cast a spell, and they saw them do that same very thing to defend the city that they called their home. And I will say that these magic users were accepted because I was able to show them that it's not something to be afraid of. And it might be asking a little bit much of them to confront something this unorthodox. So thus,
so even
I hide them in
it's
it.
strange then. Like,
in the same way that it's strange to cast light from your fingertips.
It is a very high level magic.
Solus is just saying, for all the good you've done for magic, why jeopardize it now?
I'm not.
Why do something that you know people would view with suspicion and cast doubt upon magic users again?
Because it won't matter if they're all dead.
Kind of hangs in the balance here.
And there are other spells to use that are just as potent that would not be as frowned upon.
Are there? Are there really?
I
Are
think
there
you're
really
just
other
trying
spells?
to justify a losing position. It's okay if you don't agree with it 100%. But do realize that this is something that must be done.
If you can tell me of another spell that can replicate everything in my being and all my magical abilities, please go ahead.
Is Galees actually trying to talk?
Try something here.
Well, I want to turn to Glutus and.
Do I find what's off of it? Or what's off about it?
It's not well, I mean, it's not there with you guys, but it's not an exact replica of him. I mean, it doesn't look perfectly like Razik, so I mean, it wouldn't
Made
be
of
anything.
ice.
Yeah, I mean, it's made of water and other things, so it has a kind of bluish tinge to it. But it's not like a mirror copy of him. It is a little different. Whether it looks off or not, it's more just, I mean, you've never seen a creature like this, so I mean, that's what makes it look off. Is because there is no creature like it because of how it was created.
Also,
So if it was like out in the public, it would cause a stir?
People might be curious about it and might look at it a little strange, but
Okay.
would they go crazy and try and kill it? More than likely not, especially if it's traveling with you guys. but it would, I mean, it would definitely draw eyes. But you as a group do that anyways.
Okay. Alrighty then. I'm just trying to get an understanding, form an opinion, sort of. Or Galadus is, anyway.
I'm trying to figure out what Solus would say.
Mhm.
If he even wants to continue this conversation.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not defending or going against Drazik, but I mean, has it caused an issue thus far? It hasn't hurt anyone. I mean, what is its exact purpose? Now look at Drazik.
What's its purpose?
What did you create it for?
To help us fight against the forces of evil.
And yet we haven't used it yet.
Well, I was kind of saving it for the most dire of situations.
Alright. And I'll say this in his mind. Perhaps if we use it in battle, maybe his opinion would change. Like, if he's seen it in action, maybe he wouldn't be so against it. That way he sees its uses, see that it's for the greater good.
Well, by the time it's necessary to use it, I mean, it'll either work and it won't matter. The world's saved. Or it won't, and it won't matter because we're all dead. I'm just saying.
I understand. But I'm just saying that you created it for a purpose, so why not use it? I'm just trying to get this to where you guys quit arguing.
Well, we'll get there eventually, but eventually it just won't matter. And I'm not terribly concerned with his approval, so long as he doesn't try to kill the damn thing.
I understand.
All right, well,
Didn't he say something about reinforcements?
Yes, I believe he has reinforcements. He said this was wave 1. So there might be another wave coming.
Well, so we'll say what he said is, if they fail in the initial attack against the city, they regroup with another, I guess, army that's already attacking a city, help them take over that, and then they just take over the cities they can take over. And then if they feel like it, they'll go back and try to take over the city with their amassed forces, or they'll just nuke it from orbit.
Which we've established they can't do right now.
Yeah. So they'll probably try to come back, but not right away once they get more forces. But the dragons are also fending or protecting most of the city, so I don't know how successful they'll be in regrouping, or even if their numbers will matter against a breath weapon or multiple breath weapons.
I think we should leave them to their task. I think the next step we ought to take is to reconvene with Lucian and see his progress on reviving the Suhi and seeing what the Suhi know about this threat. Perhaps they have some kind of communication with those who have fallen before the Empire before, others of their race, because apparently they've faced the same race before. any information we can glean from them it'll be a great help. Plus, who knows what they might know about any kind of defenses or weapons we can use against them. Sound good to everybody?
Yeah, that was what Souls was thinking. Meet it with Lucius, possibly get some other people, representatives, just to see where everyone's at, basically, and formulate a plan of attack.
As important as they are to success, we don't win this battle with foot soldiers. We need one decisive strike to the heart.
Well, they hide their commander, right? Like, we can't tell who it is.
Yes.
Does anyone have an ability that can... I know Solus would say he knows a magic that can discern if someone is using magic to disguise themselves, or a racial ability to disguise themselves. I'm gonna ask if anyone can use that.
Talking about detect magic?
True seeing, cough cough.
I can see if they've cast a spell or not, or see if there's any kind of magic going on. Or
No, there's a way to discern against illusions. What Solus is getting at.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I've heard of the spell, but I can't use it myself.
There were stories that I was told of a spell that could bring anyone or anything to you. That might... I have no idea what it is, how you go about casting it.
Perhaps we can buy a scroll of true seeing. Just an idea.
Yeah, the mages might know how to, I guess, have a scroll that are temporary, grant us the ability to true sight. So should we get a representative of them as well to come over when we're talking to Lucius and see if they can provide us with that?
We also have this imprisonment scroll.
And do we want to imprison them or do we want to kill them?
Well, imprisonment would definitely be an option.
We have to find him first. Would a locate object work? I mean, does it work on a person?
No.
If they're...
Specifically, that's why it says locate object. I think there actually is one called locate person.
If he is holding, like, I'm assuming, I'm gonna look at this commander that we just murdered. Is he holding a symbol of rank or anything on him?
Yeah, but he would act like a normal soldier, so he would probably be dressed up as a normal soldier, so he could.
I'm assuming he'd have it hidden on his person. I can kind of rummage around and see if I find a symbol of rank or anything on him.
Roll an investigation.
Anyone else want to get on this?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Solus has locate object. Gonna be, yeah, that's what I thought. Utter shit.
Awesome investigation there.
Boy, howdy.
You find shoes.
Oh, they're
It's
nice
weird.
shoes, right?
They're
They're the best
attached to
shoes.
feet. Oh shit, they're your shoes.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
God, we suck so hard.
After digging through his stuff for a little while, there doesn't seem to be any form of rank that you see.
Any symbols on his clothes? I'm just looking for any identifying marks on maybe on him, like in the rune patterns on his skin or anything. Like we've seen rune patterns before on Alexander, right? Is this different in any way?
Slightly, but you don't think that is how they do rank structure. It just doesn't make sense because, from what you can tell, they would all probably have some slight differences to the runes that, are in their body. So,
Does
have,
he?
I mean, it may just be something that, the armies know who their commander is, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess this guy doesn't have a symbol of rank. They don't carry symbols of rank or anything. At least not that I can tell, or any of us can tell. We haven't asked Alexander, have we?
Nope.
Alexander. Just hit him up real quick.
Yeah.
How do commanders carry anything discernible upon their person that represents their rank, or is it more in just a knowledge? Do the ground troops just have a knowledge of who their commander is?
If they're trying to blend in, like when they're attacking a planet, they usually don't carry anything that might even hint that, of their rank. They try and keep their numbers hidden. The more seasoned veterans will tend to carry something because, they've gotten that way for a reason. So they're not, they're not worried if it's found out or not. And they figure by the time you get to them, you've already killed most of their forces.
Can you describe that thing to me, or is it personal to each commander?
My brother always does things differently, so I don't know how he would organize their rank structure, but I know my race as a whole uses a different type of setup, so we don't tend to hide our numbers. My brother's the only one who's started this whole I'm gonna hide my commanders thing, but if he's going after places that his siblings own, then we know how, we would know what to look for, and we'd immediately, have issue orders to take out X person. So I think it's his way of hiding them from us.
Is Glenn still alive in this universe?
I honestly
I
don't
don't think-
remember.
I don't think he died in this.
I don't know who Glenn is.
He is Glenn's Wondrous Goods. He helped us out a lot, and he's pretty much the magic man of Fortis, pretty much the way I look at it.
Are
powerful
you talking
mage.
about? Is it the same guy that fucked with us with the keystones, or someone else?
No,
No, that was Johan.
no, he's very powerful mage in this world. He has his own shop. He did have his own shop before.
I mean, if you think you can contact him and get his help, I mean, see if he can give us scrolls or potions of true seeing or something to help us discern the real, as it were.
Alrighty.
I haven't met him, so I can't message him.
I'll get on my ring and make a phone call.
Galitas, what can I do for you?
Glenn, it's been a long time. We
I almost
have.
forgot. I almost thought you guys forgot about me.
I believe we did. We have been busy as of late.
Awesome.
It
It's great to
there
be
has
forgotten.
been- No, we didn't forget you on purpose, old friend, but we have, we got into a very sticky situation. Um, I'll fill him up. I'll fill him in, on what's been occurring, how the planet's going to be attacked, blah blah blah. And that's what's been going on so far. But right now, we are looking for the heads, or the commanders, of an army that the leader decides to hide his commanders in his army, dress them up as common soldiers. So we are in need of either potions of true seeing or scrolls of blind person,
Or or what I said.
or what he said. What did he say?
A way to summon a person directly to you.
Oh yeah, or some way to summon that I can talk, to summon the person directly to us. Since you
I'd have to check my inventory. I do recall seeing at one point in time we had a few potions of true seeing. As for a way to summon someone directly to you, there are a couple ways, but it usually requires at least some knowledge of the individual.
we do not. I don't think we know of any of these commanders, but
I mean, we
I
just
can-
know their race is they'd be either dragon or I forgot what the race is called, but
We know the leader's brother. We can just get all the information we want from him.
we do know one of the leader's brothers. We might be able to get some information.
are you talking about the commander of the entire army that Alexander is currently fighting?
Absolutely.
I don't think that's a good idea because Alexander made it very clear that he is beyond us. Out of character, the DM did as well.
Yeah, I warned you that.
Just remember,
if you
the
go
DM
against
also
him, you
said
thought
he
the
will fuck
Empyreans
your
were.
world up.
Yeah, if you thought the Empyreans were, if you guys were bitching about the Empyreans, his brother would be like 10 of those put together, and with the capabilities of doing much more. He can call elementals to his disposal and other things like that. Not to mention his blade is a god's bane.
Yeah, so
I mean,
Souls is
that's just a
really good.
DM telling you. I mean, if you guys want
Yeah,
to,
no,
I will
you also
gladly.
put the character in game. Alexander straight up told us he's beyond us. I'll deal with him.
Yeah. I mean, you can handle his foot soldiers. That's not an issue. I have them set up purposely so you guys can take them on. Going after him, I will warn you, it would more than likely end up as a TBK, and I don't want to do that. But I won't stop you if you guys want to go after him. So, it's your choice.
Yeah. Alexander also said, out of retribution, if we even manage to kill him, they'll simply destroy the whole planet.
Well, what we need to do is
So,
write down the numbers, maybe somehow. Like,
well, Souls is going to assume, or I guess we can see what they wait and see what they're going to do. But from what he has learned, it appears that once we beat back these armies on these continents, they're going to. He thinks they're going to just congregate into one massive army, and then just go from city to city, just raffle stomping the defenses. And once they all get together, that's probably our best chance to find the overall commander. And that's what he'll say to everyone.
So, what would be the best course of action?
Well, first, Solus wants to get these manacles back from this dead person. Since Alexander said they could be reused, I don't want to forget them.
Yeah,
do you know what
managed-
they do?
You managed to get it all.
I was planning on seeing Lucius and seeing the state of what's going on. Does anyone else have any plans?
I think we need to go see Lucius.
Yes, I believe if we have him on our side, we'll at least have a huge ally on the battlefield.
Well, yeah, when once
Might be able to do some good damage at least.
and once he gets in the suit, he gets the city's actually working. We won't have to worry about defending them anymore because apparently they can defend themselves. There was someone alluded to like it's someone's an avatar that defends the city. I forgot who though.
So, is this avatar a construct or is it an abomination? Just asking for a friend.
Oh, who? Are you asking Solus this?
No.
Oh, they're not high. Okay, I'm trying to explain Solus' view on this. The fact that Razik is hiding this thing
I'm just giving
and
you a
not have
hard
it out in the
time.
open is, in his point of view, an admission of guilt. Whether he actually believes it or not, it's
Whether he's
like-
actually giving us reasoning or not.
it's an
no
involuntary
uncertain terms.
subconscious admission of guilt. Maybe he had it out in the open.
He did
This
actually.
conversation
Oh,
again.
good
Good
God.
lord.
It was out of character. Maybe he had it out in the open and people saw it and reacted to it in a way that didn't hurt their views on magic. Solus' opinion might change, but Razik keeps on hiding it away.
You wanted to murder some guy and bring him back to life.
I didn't though. He's
I
dead.
have a
I
fake
love me.
puppet man.
You fake puppet you.
Yeah, because fake puppet me just does the good damage. I can make it you if you want.
Absolutely not. I would strike it down immediately.
So why are you complaining?
Imagine one of those.
Solus on the signs, like we've been over this. I'm just going to Lucius. He's just going to teleport there.
Imagine if, like he did, bring this construct out. If it can do what he said it can, imagine how much damage just him and his construct could do on one person.
So are you saying this out loud or with a mind link? Because Solus is no longer there. He's standing next to Lucius.
I will teleport to him to be where Lucius is.
Solus, good to see you again. Galetus.
Good to see you as well. We're here to just check up on you and see how things are going. And then we're planning on getting other members of the races here so we can formulate a plan of attack once we've repelled their initial invasion.
Yeah, I've been hearing reports of attacks on multiple continents.
Yeah, it looks like the dragons are really helping turn the tide, and then Alexander Quinn is also sending some forces over, which would help.
Awesome.
We're trying to obtain either a way to cast True Sight on ourselves so we can detect their commanders because they like to use magic to hide themselves among their troops. So it's more difficult to figure out who they are. But Alexander also told us that taking these people out would be the most effective way of routing their armies.
Makes sense. Take the commander out. A lot of armies tend to get their orders from the commander. You take the commander out, it tends to put the army in disarray until they can find someone to cover the slack. But most armies are smart enough to have a second in command, so on and so forth. A chain in command, so at least it doesn't turn into pure anarchy.
Oh yeah, we're starting at the top and working our way down. Or starting at the bottom and working our way up. Either way, we're figuring there's going to be more than one. And we're just going to go hunting once we can see them all, though.
More than likely. Let me check. I happen to go into the magic store that they have here. I thought I might have seen something that might be able to help you.
I mean, I'm going to be partial to it. I was expecting a scroll or a potion, but if you have a magic item, that'd work too.
Like I said, I might be, I may have seen something like that. Thankfully, the Suhi, thankfully my race is very anal about, making sure everything is labeled. Where are the rest of your associates? Just you two?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we did all talk about meeting up here and talking to you,
I'll pop in.
but I guess they're
Razik!
deciding not to show up.
Say,
I
you
can't
sound-
teleport.
you sound different.
Okay.
You've changed a good bit.
I've been busy.
Well, good for you. Oh, I just remembered something. I'll be right back. I'm gonna pop back. And just grab Galitas and Gardel and teleport him back.
Ironically, Gardel could have teleported himself, but okay.
Why?
He just said that he couldn't.
The keystones give the ability to.
That would have been useful information.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you knew. That's why I wasn't even worried about it.
Why on earth would I know?
Because that's how they've been teleporting everywhere.
Well, I thought the time one could.
The time
was
can.
the
Yeah, all the keystones
I
can.
thought we've been.
Well, you guys also have the
Does
pendants.
it
You guys
also
also have
give
the
me
pendants.
the power?
I thought it was the amulets.
Yeah, you guys have the pendants
Does
too,
this
but I believe
give me the
Gardel,
power of unlimited bananas?
if you really
What?
want them.
I mean, you can't create matter, but you can.
Okay, I'm
shape
sorry.
something
That's
banana,
overpowered.
I guess.
I gotta put my foot down.
No more bananas.
Grab some earth and be like, turn into a banana. You're good to go.
But yeah, it was just more specifically with what you guys are doing. It was just easier, and that way you didn't have to travel ungodly distances to get places or spend several weeks on a boat or ship or whatever trying to get anywhere. It was just a little easier considering you guys have to do a lot. You were trying to do a lot in a short time frame. And you traveling half the time, on a boat or whatever, would have taken a lot of that time. By the time you would have gotten to one of the cities, it probably would have been ransacked. Yeah, I thought you already knew, or else I would have let you know. Alright. Anyways, you guys are all in the city. Plenty of Suhi around. There are other races slowly trickling in.
Have the Mesa given any word to you, Lucius? Or have you any word from them?
Yeah, they're iffy, and to be honest, my race isn't exactly excited to have them here. But they did say that they don't want to be under the heel of anyone again. So, my enemy is my friend at this point.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I just want to wait for the Nemesi Queen to show up so I can tell her to get out of my city.
You are banned from talking to
Yeah,
her.
you're not allowed to see her anymore. I mean, she has. I guess it would be a restraining order against you, but
No,
Oh,
she
no.
she has a going to murder you.
yeah, but
order
like,
against you.
yeah, that's what Solus is saying. Like, I guess it's a restraining order, except the punishment is death. Like,
I mean, I'd kill her first, but whatever.
No, she has an entire nation. I don't know where you're getting this idea that you could just take it on an entire nation of people.
I can't. I just need to kill the one.
and they're not
That's a
just
lot
gonna
of people.
stop as soon as you kill her and be like, okay, that's it. Good game, guys. Go
I
home.
mean,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
And
apparently,
so, and so you
I
kill her,
apparently
and
teleport
then you
away.
just walk out of the room without any consequences.
no, I apparently have the power of teleportation. I'll just teleport away.
Oh, well, that is true, but I mean, that's before anyone tries to make a move on you.
Yeah.
Even still, we're not killing someone who has done us no harm and can help us.
You say we.
What if we could draw her out?
I like how he's considering it now.
No, what if we could draw her out? What if we can get some clothes or disguises? Disguises one of their men. I mean, considering they have all races in their army anyway, we could pretend to be one of them. Get in close.
What are you talking about? Like,
I have no idea.
are you trying to say you disguised yourself as one of the enemy?
Yes.
Okay, because you shifted from Nemesi to enemy without saying that.
Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, I mean,
Disguise as one of their people.
that's a
Getting
lot of
close.
that's a lot of unknowns. They come from a different planet. I don't think we'd have the same culture, customs, or common sense. Like we found out almost immediately. 'Cause we'd act so differently from them.
If you just get me in the room with her for,
Who is this her you're talking about?
I don't know. I don't know.
The
I don't
Nemesi
know
Queen
anymore.
is not the same as the invaders. We
Ah.
don't know the sex of their commander.
I think we
Well,
just
I
blew
mean, just
poor
with the
Galetus'
commander.
brain.
I'm all sorts of confused right now, but I'm just saying, disguise as one of the enemy and get one of the commanders. I mean, wait until they reveal themselves. Maybe. I'm
I
trying
mean,
to think outside the box here.
I mean, like Sola said, we can try that, but without having any information about their customs or anything like that, we'd be found out almost immediately because we'd act so differently from them.
We can capture one of their men again and learn.
It's not as simple as asking a few questions as discerning an entire way of life. That's a little bit different and not something easily explained.
I don't know. I'm trying to think for us.
I mean, there are people we can ask. Like we have Alexander, we can ask. We have Lucius, who's currently rummaging around looking for something. Yeah, Solus will hit up Alexander and see if his hypothesis is correct. That after they fail to take each city, they'll just congregate into a massive army and just be a tide of murder from one city to the next.
More than likely. Or they'll hold the main cities that they want to keep and just, if they have the ability, now, as I said, I'll try and prevent it, but if they have the ability, just in a sense, destroy everything else.
So if there was like the city to get, what would it be like for them?
That's a good question.
Okay. I guess we'll have to wait and see. The dragon said that they're defending most of the city successfully. So I don't know if they'll be able to even capture one, though.
In a worst case scenario, if they're not able to take any of the cities, my brother will not think twice about either destroying the entire planet and just ridding the problem, or leaving and regrouping.
How profoundly cowardly.
I think it's almost childish. It's like, we can't even attack him, but he feels the need to destroy us anyway. Okay. Thanks for the tip. You guys got any ideas?
Nope.
Not right off.
I want this to be over with.
Yeah, I just
Indeed. I grow
I
tired.
just want to go back to my quiet life of helping random people.
I have my means of retirement. I'm just waiting to take it.
I grew weary of battle. I just want to get rid of these people. Get rid of these invaders. Make Fortis safe again.
Souls is going to try to help Lucius find whatever he's looking for.
Alright, you find him in a magic shop. He's looking through a book on the counter.
Is that what you're looking for, or is that like a catalog of what you're looking for?
This lists all of the items that the shop had before it closed.
So, if I detect magic, do you think that would, like, destroy my mind? Because I'm, like, standing in the middle of, like, a really hot area.
Yeah, most of the items in the shop are magical. You would probably get one hell of a massive headache.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll leave you to it. I'm just trying to help as like I can. Unless,
Here
can
it
you
is.
describe what you're looking for?
Let's see. Oh, shit. They only have 2 pairs, but they have what they call the goggles of true seeing.
I'll take one.
Alright. Well, here's the other pair. Hand it to one of your buddies. Whoever you think would be helpful in finding who you're looking for.
I could take it.
Yeah, it would. Solus was thinking about who he wouldn't lie and say there's only one pair, but he would either give it, at this point, he'd give it to Galetus or Galahad.
Well, what would be
Since
better?
Galahad isn't here.
I know, but what would be better if we give it to Razik? I mean, he could fly up.
Oh, Solus absolutely would not give it to Razik.
I'm the best, though.
Solus would not give it to
Think of
Razik.
it like this.
And Gardel has he can rage out and not focus on what needs to be done, so he wouldn't give it to Gardel either.
Give it to Zacharias.
Well, Galladus could probably take it and like scan over the
Yeah, you got
like,
the
army on the battlefield
You have the
and find the
L5s.
person, place an arrow in him, or like do a flame arrow, shoot him or something, and that would signify this is the guy.
And that's why
Or you could give it to me, and I can give it to Razik, and Razik could fly up and over the battlefield and point the guy out.